It was a short wait because we were so involved. I think when you're idle, your mind's idle, your body's idle, then it's a long time. But we were so involved in 2 summer leagues and in training the athletes that it went by fairly fast. But we're anxious, overly anxious to get started.
Was there a good commitment from some of the guys this summer?
Well, it really started away from here because we spent about 13 days in Long Beach, where we played in California in the Summer League. Then we came home and played a week at the Boston Summer League. It was a very successful summer because we went undefeated in 2 different summer leagues. And we had the opportunity to play some of our veterans. We had the opportunity to pick up some free agents by these 2 summer leagues. And normally everybody plays in 1 summer league. If we could have played in 3, we would have played in 3, but 2 was more than enough for us.
As we approach the start of training camp, are you, obviously compared to last year, which was an anomaly, you have to be much more comfortable with how the guys are coming in. At least that's the hope, are you?
You know, I'm be honest with you. I think this is my 26th or 27th year of coaching. I've enjoyed 25 out of the 26. There's 1 year I did not enjoy because now, today, it does not exist. Last year, I've stricken from my mind for life. There was no playing, no coaching, no preparation, no scouting, nothing that went on that I felt was positive. Even the wins I can't remember. So as far as I'm concerned, last year did not exist. I'll look back and have no memories whatsoever. So it's out of my mind.
I guess the word's getting out that they better be prepared and better be in shape when they come here, which is important.
And I will mention last year one last time, but there's the one common denominator in our style. We have forced, for every year I've been a head coach, forced 22 to 23 turnovers per game, and we've had 14 or 15 ourselves. We've always had an 8 differential. Last year was the first year where I believe we had 17 and 16. And that tells you right there in a nutshell that we did not have great conditioning, because those forced turnovers, basically it's when fatigue sets in and you turn other people over. And fatigue makes cowards of basketball teams. So we've got to get back to that conditioning where we can enforce defensive pain on people.
Is there more pressure this year than any other year that you will impose on yourself? Do you feel any different?
I think so, but good pressure. It's not stress. Last year was stress at its best. Stress I call the enemy. Pressure I call your ally. Pressure is great because we are committed. When I first signed on board here, before we had Tim Duncan and Van Horn in the fold, I said we'd make the playoffs in the 3rd or 4th season. Looking back on that, what was the startling revelation of having Tim Duncan and saying, I'll make the playoffs in 3rd or 4th year when he's already helped San Antonio? So that wouldn't have been quite that big a statement. Well, instead of getting 1-2, we get 3-6. Now it is a pretty big statement. And it's up to us right now to respond to that and apply pressure to this basketball team to play up to their potential. And I like our depth. I like the depth of this basketball team. We're deeper than we've been. We're stronger. We got Fortson and Vitale, who remind me a little bit of when I first broke into the NBA, of Mahorn and Lambier. They're big, strong, tough, rugged people who will take nothing from no one.
How much different does it feel to you now that you're entering another year here back in the NBA than when your first time around?
The first time around, every team could play. I mean, I think the Atlantic Division back then, I think you had like 5 teams. Well, let's say the Eastern Division. You had 5 teams at 50 more wins. You had so many teams that could play. And it wasn't quite, every team had numbers on it. Today, it's more spread out. I won't say it's watered down, but there are more teams. And it's not quite as competitive in terms of, you knew back then who were the 2, 3 strongest basketball teams. Today, we're just as close to the number 1 spot as we are to the 16th spot. Anything can happen in this NBA.
Still plenty more to come on our special. When we come back, we'll hear from some of the players, their thoughts on the team's strengths, and some of the questions that need to be answered as we get set to start a new season. That's when Celtics Central returns. Celtics Central on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Boston Celtics. By New England Ford, proud to support the Boston Celtics. And by Dunkin' Donuts. Nothing says morning like Dunkin' Donuts.
Hello, I'm Louis Theroux, journalist, social commentator, UFO hunter.
Take a weekly trip to the American Fringe on Louis Theroux's Weird Weekends. Get to know Louis as he gets to know UFO hunters, infomercial makers, and professional wrestlers by becoming one. Louis Theroux's Weird Weekends. Real weird.
Take me!
An all-new episode every Friday night at 8 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, only on Bravo.
What do you want in a bank?
I want a bank that can handle my cash management needs.
We get it right for some of New England's most prestigious companies.
A bank that invests in the community.
We're the #1 SBA lender in New England.
A bank that gives free samples.
Can't do that.
A bank that can handle a sizable company like mine.
Our corporate bankers do that.
A bank that can approve my small business loan in 24 hours would be good.
No problem. Citizens Bank. Everything you want in a bank.
A bank that'll guarantee me a championship season.
Almost everything.
No limits, no boundaries. That's a way of life in New England, and Ford SUVs are there every step of the way.
This thing just powers through the mud and the muck.
Ford Expedition.
My Explorer helps me keep it all together.
Ford Explorer, the #1 selling SUV in America. Now with low 3.9 financing. Equipped with control track 4-wheel drive, a powerful V8, and low 3.9 financing for 36 months. Check out the full line of SUVs at your New England Ford dealer. Your Ford outfitter.
At home, I'm a mom. At work, I'm part of the technology group at International Paper. One of our customers is a bike company who came to us because their bikes were getting banged up in shipping. So we invented a new type of box that helps keep their bikes protected. The bike I ordered for Kristen arrived without a scratch. Perfect and clean.
Thanks, Mom. Cuddles!
How can we help with your shipping needs? International Paper. From innovation to results.
Welcome back to our Celtics Central special as we preview this year's Celtics team. Let's talk about the team's strengths. No one was happy with what transpired last year. The will to win on this year's team seems to be very strong. The question is, do they have the firepower to get it done? Let's find out.
If everybody's in a situation where they put team first, I think we're going to have a successful season. I think we added a lot of guys on the ball club. We got some guys in the trade. We signed Calvert Cheney. We got Danny Fortson. And this particular season is going to be Vitaly's first year, a complete full season with the Celtic ball club.
Vitaly spins and gets two.
The nice thing I witnessed more than anything else tonight, not that we played well, is the fact that we're very unselfish and everybody thought pass before shot. And that's one of the things we're trying to drill into everybody's head, think pass before shot.
Anderson. Vitaly for two. Nice play by Antoine. Once again, Purvis. Wright stays home, and Walter gets an easy two. Nice pass by Purvis. Yep.
The one good thing about this basketball team, I know we're going to get a lot better, is we have depth. And we can withstand the foul trouble. And depth is a big key to this team.
Given the shortage of available minutes to go around when a team goes 10 to 12 deep, some are wondering if having too much depth will actually cause a problem.
Antoine.
You can never have never have too many good and productive players. Yeah. Because in this business, trouble could be just around the corner. Mm-hmm. Again, as I mentioned, it's a form of injuries, slumps, foul trouble. You never want to get caught short with your roster. Rick plays a lot of people on a regular basis. I mean, if you followed his career, not just here, but through his stints in college, back in the Knicks, there's no coach out there in the NBA that regularly plays more players than he does and will play players sooner after arrival than he does. So I think that'll all work itself out over the course of the season.
One of the key considerations for building the team's depth was providing the team with a number of different ways to attack the opposition offensively and defensively.
I think I can post up most twos in the league, and I'm quicker than a lot of the threes, so it can work to my advantage. And if the guy is short, I can really shoot over him.
Petit, no rebound. Pierce, yes. Good rebound by Paul Pierce. I love it when Paul Pierce is hanging around the hoop.
I was very impressed with Antoine tonight because he kept looking to drive, kept looking to get fouled, kept looking to pass, and that's what we need him. If we can get Antoine to average 6 assists a game, that's going to be a big lift for this team because he has the ability to get other people easy shots.
I just want to try to, see where I can help the team at. If it calls for me posting up, then take advantage of that. If it calls for me, being more outside, whatever the situation may call for.
But I think we're going to be an outstanding ball club. We have a very good depth. We're going to learn our offenses, learn our defenses better. I don't think we're going to get pushed around. I don't think we're going to get out-rebounded like we did last year. So there are a lot of positive signs, and we just got to work on our execution.
Now, to be fair, we have to contrast the team's strengths with what could be their weaknesses, and there are some burning questions that have to be answered in the early going this year.
I think if we accomplished anything with last year, we took 2 steps back to take 10 forward. I think everybody realizes the significance of conditioning and how important it is to our system. So I think we're ready to go. I think we're in very good shape, and I think it's going to be very close and very competitive for playing time.
Last year I think the problem was we wasn't the same team night in, night out. You would see a great team one night, and then you would see a team that you didn't see the next night before. I think this year our things have to be focusing on defensively and being consistent night in, night out.
Rejected by Petit. Walker spins into the forecourt. Antoine all the way.
The hallmark of Rick Pitino's defense has always been quickness, which some may question with Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker spending time at the 2 and 3 spots respectively.
Here's another steal. His 4th of the game. Here's Anderson. Celtics got numbers. Anderson finally gets it to Antoine.
Whatever you put out on the floor at any time, there's always positives and negatives towards it. But we really like that lineup and others because we have so much flexibility with this team. I mean, you can have a bit of a speed pressing team out there. There's Tony Petit is one of your big men. You can have more power alignment with Danny Fortson. Paul Pierce, if he lines up at the off-guard position, physically it's going to be a tough matchup for many people he's going to face. So there's so many different looks that this team could have this year.
He's going to take him for 2.
We can replace the 16 points a game or so that Ron Mercer scored for us. And at the same time, be a stronger, more physical team, better rebounding team that gets to the basket and to the free throw line with more regularity than last year's team did. So it gives us, again, so many different looks, and it helps cure some of the ills of last year's team, which were at times having problems on the boards and a season-long deficit at the free throw line.
Rebound Fortson for 2.
Part of the reasoning behind the Fortson trade was the lineup a year ago that was top-heavy with scores, which didn't always provide the ball movement the coach wanted.
Williams once again leaves it to Allison. Nice little ball fake by Purvis. Leans in, gets 2.
I think last year I have to do what's best for the team. I think last year I tried to make everybody happy, and at that point I wasn't happy. So I have to come out, have a leadership role, get guys the ball that's open.
At least one other Celtic has helped out in that regard.
Pierce to the basket, and another great feed from Anderson.
I'll tell you, that will keep people moving.
I have to be more, have that leadership role. I didn't have it last year, and I'm accustomed to having it. I just felt I had no control out there with the group of guys. That the unit I was with, I just didn't have that much control.
There are a lot of new faces on this year's team. 6 new players have come into the fold. When we come back, we'll take a look at how they're fitting into the mix. That's when our Celtics Central Preview show returns.
If you're ready to lose weight, muscle up, and get back into shape, I've got a free video you're going to love.
Introducing a winning fitness strategy.
You got to eat healthy, drink plenty of water, and most importantly, strength train with Bowflex.
Strength training adds muscle. Not only does your shape look better, you actually increase your metabolism, so you end up burning more calories.
Strength training these days isn't just for men. It's great for women, too. And Bowflex is designed for both. It's even been called the best home gym by Fitness Magazine.
Use as little as 5 pounds to more than 400 pounds of resistance. Follow our 6-week fast fat loss program or create your own from over 60 different health club quality exercises.
Bowflex is easy to own, and it fits in any room in your house. It comes with a 6-week guarantee on results, and you can finance it with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Hey, I'm 41, and I'm in the best shape of my life. And I can tell you, Bowflex really does work.
For a free video and brochure.
A new world of choice is coming to Boston. At AT&T, the future is now. We're combining exciting new technologies to bring your family more choices. A new choice in local phone service, lower monthly phone bills, better cable TV service, and an internet that's faster and easier for everyone. You decide. With more choices to stay in touch and save money, AT&T. It's all within your reach.
Smoke in front of your children, and they are twice as likely to grow up with asthma. 30% more likely to grow up with heart disease. And 2 times more likely to grow up without you.
When we last left the Celtics, they were closing out a 19-31 record over that shortened 50-game season. Roster changes were expected, and we got those changes. Here's a word of advice. You may want to invest in a scorecard before checking out the C's this year.
Well, I think one good thing is that we have a mix of youth and experience. And I think, like I said, we brought in a solid guy when we signed Calvert Cheney. I think he's going to be a big addition to this ball club. I think this is Calvert's 6th season in the NBA, and he's an established player in this league. And I think that's something that we lacked last year, was an established player.
Yeah, I think they were excellent additions. I think especially Calvert, because we lost Ron, a great player, and we get a good solid player in Calvert. And then you look at Eric, who can play the 3-4 and cause a lot of mismatch problems. So we made good improvements. I think it just time will tell how quick they fit into this system.
Richmond. Hamilton unable to make a clean catch. Oh, Griffin, what a great steal. What a terrific steal by Adrian Griffin. Kicks it, Barrows, 3. Got it!
But we're very excited because of the pickup of Adrian and Calvert. He's the most unusual player I've ever had. He's done it the old-fashioned way. He's done it the CBA way. He has quick hands. He's very smart. He has no fear of anything. He's extremely humble. He doesn't have a self-centered bone in his body. Just like most players in the NBA. He's very similar to a lot of players.
The most obvious need identified in the preseason review was to get tougher on the boards and defensively. The team believes that need was filled via the trade of Ron Mercer to Denver.
Well, Danny Fortson, if you did nothing else but look at the statistics involved, you never even watched him play. He was the 4th leading rebounder in NBA last year. I believe the 2nd leading player in the league in a rebounding per minute basis and the #1 offensive rebounder. So you just got to take a strong look at anybody that masses that, whether you've even seen them play or not.
Antoine doesn't get the roll. Danny Fortson gets the rebound twice and gets 2.
Well, I'm going to go out there and be as tough as I can and, rebound, definitely try to get a lot of offensive rebounds so the team can get, extra shots. I'm just out there to be the garbage guy and help the team, hopefully help the team win.
And most importantly, in addition to his rebounding, Danny adds a real toughness and physical nature to the team. Just by bringing him on board, we have changed the composition of this team from a year ago.
After seeing the team struggle with inexperience in Pitino's first 2 years, he elected to bring in a few veterans to help the learning process move along more quickly.
Purvis comes up with it. Oh, nice play.
Very, very impressed with Eric Williams because the rules really help his game, because he forces people to put their hands on him. He's so quick.
With the addition of a Calvert Cheney, someone who's been in the playoffs with the Washington Wizards, I think that that's experience that you can't put a value on.
I think it's going to be a great year for us. I think everybody fits into the system. If we can develop a good team chemistry, then the sky's the limit for us.
A lot of the talk during the preseason focused on the players' conditioning. A lot of them worked very hard this summer, getting into game shape early on. And as you can imagine, the players' expectations are very high.
I really don't have no expectations right now. I want to get better as a team. That's the number one thing. I think my whole thing is that we get 12 or 13 guys that want to play, that want to win, and on the same agenda. That's very difficult to do it at this level.
Double team, they kick it out, swing it. 1 for 6 now, shooting threes. Antoine spins for 2.
Great move by Antoine, and Celtics kick up the pace where they'll be able to really get it done.
Nice backdoor cut there by Cheney.
Oh, they're tremendous youth on this team. I mean, tremendously skilled players, tremendous athletes, and couple that with some older players like Purvis and Dana and Kenny and myself. I think you need to have that mix. This team has everything there is to have in terms of as well as size, quickness, and able to play different styles of basketball. And I think that's what you need in this league to win. We've added a lot of depth to this team and a lot of talent. So I think as long as the guys have faith and believe that the team concept, I think we're going to have a successful season.
Tried to freeze Barrow. Dana coming off the screen and nails it.
We expect to be right there up at the top. I mean, we're out here working hard each and every day. We have high team goals this year, and not a lot of people are expecting a lot from us. So we're going to use that as motivation and go out and work hard every night.
Celtics the ball and the lead. They get it inside the Pierce. Turns on Phil. Takes some baseline. Gets 2.
We don't need to add any extra pressure to ourselves, but I just figure that with the team and the core guys that we have, it's another young team. We've got a little bit more beef with Danny. We've got Eric Williams, who played here before, who's a pretty good player. I know people are welcoming him back with open arms. So it's going to be an interesting year, and hopefully we can get some chemistry together and get to the playoffs. Individually, I just want to get better, get back to playing good basketball, and the basketball I'm capable of playing night in and night out. So I haven't put any expectations on the team because obviously we haven't practiced with the new faces. You don't know how to, you got to see how things are going to look. So if you ask me that question a couple of weeks from now, I'll probably can give you a better answer.
When our Celtics Central preseason special continues, Dave Long will check in with his first edition of Long Shots. Stay with us.
Safety, it's my job. I like seeing kids riding in a Ford Windstar.
Ford Windstar 2000.
It's got the government's highest safety rating and a whole list of other features to help keep your kids safe.
Like available side impact airbags and a reverse sensing system. And now Windstar LX comes with $1,500 cash back. With available dual remote sliding doors and the confidence of all-speed traction control.
I do whatever I can to keep my kids safe. That's why I drive a Windstar.
$1,500 cash back on Windstar LX. Only from your New England Ford dealer.
Easiest 100 I'll ever make. Watch this. I'm here to apply for that guaranteed equity line, and I need an answer today.
How about within the hour?
And I have to close on Thursday.
No problem.
At night.
You got it.
At halftime.
How's courtside?
Fine.
The Citizens Guaranteed Equity Line. Complete satisfaction or $100 cash back.
Coach, did you get the equity line?
It looks good.
Did you get the $100 cash back?
No, stop with the questions. Get in the car. Let's go. Get in the car.
Right now, you can get home delivery of the new Boston Herald at more than half off the newsstand price. 24 weeks of the Herald for just $2.13 a week. Call for home delivery today.
Every week here on Celtics Central, Dave Long will offer up his opinions on the Celtics. We call them long shots, and as it turns out, that's a good name for it this week.
If you take the name of this segment over here literally, it could lead to a wide assortment of definitions. For instance, if Dr. James Naismith, who according to reliable sources always stayed current with the game he invented, saw it, he might think it had to do with a guy with serious three-point range. My friends see a long shot as a guy with glasses, a mustache, and a big mouth who spouts off a lot more than he should. Daniel Webster says a long shot is a team with a slim chance of achieving its goal. Now, I'm not sure if Webster had the 99-2000 edition of the Celtics in mind or not when he drew up the first dictionary, but if you listen to the public and the pundits, it seems to fit. Now, the one thing that's not a long shot is that it's a big year for the coach. He's already on record guaranteeing a playoff spot, and anyone who saw the downright nasty fan behavior at the Fleet a year ago knows if they don't make a solid run, those same nitwits will be out for blood again. The critics say it's a daunting task because on paper they'll need to jump over too many improving teams to get there. The task was complicated by the Mercer trade, which forces 6 more players to be integrated into the system. Throw in a question mark at the point, and many are wondering if the C's are too big a long shot to get excited about. Since my overriding characteristic is cynicism, I hear what they're saying, but a competing voice nags at me to forget about how things look on paper. It says sacrificing an unsigned scorer to get tougher on the boards was a good thing, even if Danny Fortson's injury is a bump in the road. But a notion that nags at me even more is that being a long shot in Boston this year hasn't been such a bad thing. Justin Leonard's putt of the century on Ryder Cup Sunday showed that, as did the antics of the team behind the empty seats at the first exhibition game. So leave your optimism at the door at your own peril, because I'm hoping Boston's year of the long shot helps put the Celtics right in the middle of the playoff hunt, even if to many it doesn't look that way on paper. For Celtics Central, I'm Dave Long.
That does it for our preseason special. Next time, we'll get into full gear on Celtics Central with our usual collection of highlights, features, interviews, and more, keeping you on top of the Boston Celtics all season long. And that includes the kickoff of the year-long celebration of Red Auerbach's 50 years with the Boston Celtics. For our Celtics Central crew, I'm Eric Freed. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Celtics Central on Fox Sports Net was brought to you by Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Boston Celtics. By New England Ford, proud to support the Boston Celtics. And by Dunkin' Donuts. Nothing says morning like Dunkin' Donuts.
Where has all the talent gone?
Well, Fred, they've gone to Foxborough, and New England Tailgates got the scoop on the 99 Patriots. Glenn Ordway and Fred Smirlis check out the touchdowns, sacks, and interceptions for every Patriots game. With special guests and a look back at the week that was in the NFL, New England Tailgate is your source for football.
He's gone! Goodbye!
The run for the title is on.
See you later. Touchdown!
It's college football season, and we've got your Big 12 excitement right here.
Good night!
This is Fox Sports Net.
Arrived in Boston 50 years ago, preaching team over individual, winning over stats, and what followed was the greatest dynasty in sports history.
World champion!
This current version of the Boston Celtics are determined to restore Reds' ideals.
Lays it down for the team.
Well-conditioned and unselfish, Rick Pitino's team displayed an explosive offense in preseason. The Celtics plan on celebrating Reds' 50th with a return to the playoffs, and Fox Sports Net will be along for the entire ride. Well, the ride will begin tonight here at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto as Rick Pitino has brought his Boston Celtics here to open up the 99-2000 NBA season. They will do it against the Toronto Raptors, a team of which much is expected. A lot of people talking playoffs for this Raptor team. Celtic fans, of course, hoping playoffs. We'll see after round one what happens here tonight. I'm Mike Gorman, along with Tom Heinsohn. At last, after being with you the last couple of weeks in the exhibition season, we get to play for real, Tom. Give me some of your thoughts off the 8 games we saw already.
A much improved basketball team, a team that's dedicated to really racing it up and down the floor. They're going to make the other team play hard, fast, and think fast, and really work on the endurance of the other ball clubs. They're going to use a lot of people. The talent is much better than it was last year or the year before to play Rick Pitino type basketball. I'm looking for a fun year.
All right, if you had a chance to be with us in the exhibition season, you know the games were all close. After 2 blowouts in the first 2 games, the next 6, the Celtics had a chance to win every single one of those games down the stretch, and that's the way Rick Pitino really wants this team to play. He wants them to be there at the end of ball games.
Because we're not physically dominating enough to blow anybody out, but we're deep enough to stay in the game with anyone. So that's what we have to do. Now, we feel much better about our foul shooting. We feel much better about our passing. We feel much better about our ability to stay out of foul trouble because we're smarter. So I like this basketball team a great deal, and I think we're going to grow from that first-year experience.
And I think, again, if those exhibition games are any indication, you're not going to be going to bed early because this is a team that's going to be in it in the fourth quarter.
There's no question about it, Mike. I think he's going to use all his people. Everybody on this ball club has a place to play with their athletic ability and their skill level. And really the problem is going to be, at least in the initial part of the season, is how do you put all those combinations to work and not lose the rhythm of the game.
All right, tonight we will see 2 of the bright young stars in the NBA. Last year in the Boston area, many people thought Paul Pierce should indeed be Rookie of the Year. And you could have made a great case for Paul. He had a terrific 50 games in the abbreviated season. But when the votes were counted, it was Vince Carter who was the man. He was the NBA Rookie of the Year.
Pierce takes the swing. Yes, Paul Pierce. Carter to the basket. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Pierce. Tonight's Boston Celtics basketball game on Fox Sports Net is being brought to you in part by Aztec Technology Partners. By Dunkin' Donuts, nothing says morning like Dunkin' Donuts. By Foxwoods Resort Casino, located in southeastern Connecticut, the wonder of it all. By Gillette Mach 3, the first triple blade razor. By New England Ford, proud to support the Boston Celtics. By Southwest Airlines, with fares so low you have the freedom to go places. And by Citizens Bank, not your typical bank.
This is your business. This is our business. These are your challenges. These are our solutions. This is your future. This is your choice.
Ram's payload and towing capabilities are the stuff of legend, but there's a load more. Ram introduced the world's first quad cab. Ram's available Magnum V10 is the largest and most powerful V10 in a full-size pickup. And Ram pickups are the longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. We could go on, and on, and on. Dodge. Different. See the friendly New England Dodge dealer near you.
Just a little something to start your morning off, and here's something else. Dunkin' Donuts Value Combos. A delicious cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee paired up with one of your tasty morning favorites. There's the freshly baked bagel, cream cheese, and coffee combo, the 2 donut and coffee combo, and much more. I tell you, if they don't get you going in the morning, nothing will. Dunkin' Donuts Value Combos. 2 great products, 1 great price.
Try the delicious bagel, cream cheese, and coffee combo at Dunkin' Donuts today.
The wonder of it all. Take a chance, make it happen. Pop the cork, finger snapping. Spin the wheel, round and round we go. Life is good, life is sweet. Grab yourself a front row seat. Let's meet and have a ball. Let's live. Yeah, let's Let's live for the wonder of it all. Meet me at Foxwoods. Foxwoods.
One-on-one sports. You know, this team's going to be fine as long as they get rid of this guy and you bring in a real cleanup hitter. Then you've got a shot. You can't get by with a journeyman quarterback. You have to go out and draft a big-time young quarterback. I mean, what does this guy do all day? You're listening to Jay Mariotti on One-on-One Sports, AM 1510, Boston.
We have a very tough opener. The most athletically gifted team in the league is probably the Toronto Raptors. They got three killers up front. They're a dominant rebounding team with Antonio Davis, Oakley, and Willis. They have phenomenal athletes in Tracy McGrady and Carter. But the main thing that we want to focus on right now is put ourselves in a position to win on the road. That means with 5 minutes to go in the game, it's anybody's ball game.
Well, the expectation levels for these Toronto Raptors here in Toronto are high, to say the least. You pick up the newspapers this morning, everybody is talking playoffs. We haven't even played a game yet, Tom.
Well, they did make some strong additions to this ball club, mainly veterans, but a little long in the tooth, so injury could drastically affect this ball club. There you see Muggsy Bogues, and he's not a youngster. Del Curry, there's his stats, and he can bomb them from three-point land. And Antonio Davis, a stalwart with the Indiana Pacers, a big guy, will help them, but all a little at the tail end of their career.
All right, let's check out the introductions here in Toronto.
For your Toronto Raptors! From Villanova, a 6'5" guard, number 20, Alvin Williams. From North Carolina, the 1999 Schick Rookie of the Year, a 6'6" forward, number 15, Vince Carter. From the University of Texas El Paso, a 6'9" forward, number 33, Antonio Davis. From Pepperdine, a 6'6" guard, number 13, Doug Christie. And from Virginia Union, a 6'9" forward, number 34, Charles Oakley.
All right, so there they are, the Raptors. They'll turn the lights on. We'll come back and play some basketball right after this.
When the sun comes up, we're here. That's why we only drive Ford trucks.
When New Englanders have a tough job to do, they count on the only trucks on the road built Ford tough, like the big Ford F-150. Now, during truck season, it comes with low 3.9 financing for 36 months, with 4x4 power, a standard four-door super cab, and more.
They just plain work.
Or we don't. Ford F-150, the #1 selling truck on the planet, and low 3.9 financing. During truck season at your New England Ford dealer.
Right now, you can get home delivery of the new Boston Herald at more than half off the newsstand price. 24 weeks of the Herald for just $2.13 a week. Call for home delivery today.
We are back. Let's check out the Aztec Technology Partners starting lineups here tonight. And first for the Boston Celtics, it will be Walker, Potapico, and Adrian Griffin gets the start in the front court. Great story, Adrian Griffin, with this basketball team. And in the Boston backcourt, no surprises there. Kenny Anderson and Paul Pierce. And Rick Pitino hoping to get this club off on the right foot here tonight in his 5th season as an NBA coach. For the home steading Toronto Raptors, Charles Oakley, the veteran, Antonio Davis, who came over from Indiana, and Vince Carter, the Rookie of the Year, along the front line. And in the backcourt that maybe can get picked on a little bit, Alvin Williams and Doug Christie. Alvin Williams, ex of Villanova, Christie with the Knicks for a while. Butch Carter in his 3rd season as an NBA coach, 28 wins and 55 losses, but they really like him up here, Chief.
Yeah, and, this Toronto ball club came on strong at the end of last year. But Boston is a totally revamped ball club, 6 new additions. I think those players are really going to enhance Rick Pitino's style of basketball. Right now, what they're going to be searching for is chemistry, people coming off the bench to make a solid contribution night in and night out. Unfortunately for Boston, the guy that was counted on to score at that second unit, Dana Barris, will not be here tonight, as his grandmother passed away earlier in the day and he returned to Boston. So our condolences to the Barris family.
Absolutely.
The loss of a very, very close person.
All right, it'll be Antonio Davis and Vitale jumping it up, and we will at last get underway at about 11 minutes after 8. The NBA season has begun again, and quickly Pierce into the forecourt. Paul pulls up and buries a jumper.
Quick jumper, a nice 18 feet. And I think we're going to see lots of that type of offense this year. At least I hope so.
You and I have both had the feeling that Paul Pierce is going to have a big year. Here's Carter, skips the top of the key. Williams is going to take it. The front rims it and gets the roll.
Well, they gave Adrian Griffin some help, and the double team allowed Williams to get wide open.
It'll be Oakley who's going to cover Antoine Walker. So let's go inside to Griffin. Griffin trying to take Carter. Lays it down to Potapico. Misses the easy one, and Carter comes away with it. Nice job by Griffin denying the outlet pass, and Carter has to bring it up himself. Adrian will pick him up in the front court. Inside, Antonio Davis. First move on Potapico, and an illegal defense is whistled against Boston.
Kenny Anderson dropped down below the free throw line and really didn't go to double.
Less than a minute into the season, and an illegal D called on the Celtics. Carter looking to get into Williams and has to come out instead to Davis. Williams decides to take it. Back rims it. Rebound taken down by Pierce. Celtics looking for something in transition. Griffin in the corner. Back outside to Pierce. They swing it to Kenny. He's going inside. First look to Antoine with the ball. Skips it. They find Griffin wide open. Got it.
I'll tell you, this kid is growing on me.
It's a great story, Adrian Griffin. Starting tonight, I looked at him as he was walking out there, just gave me a smile. It really is from the CBA, just wouldn't take no for an answer early on in his career after he got out of Seton Hall, and now finds himself in the starting lineup opening night.
Griffin, a rookie, and a nice pass out by Antoine on the double. Good swing by Pierce to the wide open Griffin, and he doesn't hesitate whatsoever and buries that one. So Griffin playing with boys.
Oakley's going to take it outside. No. Rebound taken down by Potapico. Celtics were all over the glass here. Here comes Kenny Anderson.
Well, that's the major concern for this team. Without Danny Fortson, who got hurt early in the preseason, then they control the boards.
Griffin to the basket for 2.
Vince Carter's defending him. Went right by him.
Vince Carter isn't exactly known for extending himself on the defensive end of the floor. It's the offensive end of the floor that he shines. And Oakley able to save it nicely to Carter. 7 on the shot clock. Carter, who could shoot the 3, misses that one. Potapico is kicked out of bounds. Last touched by one of the Raptors. I wasn't sure that went off Pierce. Yeah, it did go off Pierce. The official changes his call.
Now take a look at Adrian Griffin, who's playing with tremendous poise for a rookie. Little up fake, right into the paint, eludes the shot blocker nicely.
Griffin, a nice job staying with Carter down low. Carter powers it up, and Adrian's going to pick up his first foul.
Boy, and Adrian was right on his shooting hand. Now, this kid will play great one-on-one defense. He's given up a couple of inches to Carter. But not a bad guy to start. A lot of people don't know an awful lot about him. He's a solid player. They're not going to look to give him the ball. He will score points within the system, Adrian Griffin. And he'll give them some real solid defense when they're playing against guys like Carter.
Carter makes both his free throws. Sells the ball in a 2-point lead, and the quick push comes to Griffin. Back to Walker, top of the key. Only 4 seconds have gone off the shot clock. They get it from the hands of Anderson. A little screen from Antoine. Back to Antoine. He's got space. Drives instead. Tries to lay it down to Potapico. It's picked off by Williams. Pass a little slow coming. Williams on the break the other way. He has it knocked away, but it comes right to Oakley. Skip past Carter. Inside. Davis got the size advantage. Stripped by Adrian Griffin. Antoine, nice move into the paint. Little fake, has to kick it back out. Kenny's going to take it. No, rebound over the top to Davis.
They sandwich Potapico.
Christie. Rebound taken down by Kenny Anderson. Once again, Boston doing a good job on the glass here early. Bullet pass is picked off inside, but Griffin comes up with the loose ball. Skips it to a wide open Pierce. A look at a three. No. Rebound pulled down Carter. Williams, close crossover move, nothing doing. Pretty good defense there by Anderson. The pass is picked off by Pierce. Here are the two rookies. Pierce takes it to him and gets two.
And should have been a foul on Carter.
No, they're not going to call that.
Well, it should have been. That's contact. That's what they're supposed to be doing, try to impede him.
Does a pretty good job taking the crowd out of the game here the first 4 minutes. 8-4 Boston. Rick Pitino with a couple of words to the officials saying that was a block by Carter. Sanjuti. Carter, fall away on the baseline. No, rebound taken down by Walker. One and you're done so far for Toronto. Pierce.
And the Celtics, who are having some offensive problems on and off during that preseason, that started off very warm.
Pierce has got a quick 6, and that is the Boston lead at 10-4. This is a very quiet building, and believe me, there are a lot of people here. Inside, Davis was in there a long time. I mean, a long time. Rebound, batted around. Walker's got it. Antoine in the middle on the break. Antoine's going to take it all the way, has it partially blocked, and it's picked off by Christie. Christie on the fast break. Nice pass. But an offensive foul is called on Christie, and Paul Pierce gave it up for the team.
Good move here by Paul Pierce, as Christie is going to take the middle of the fast break, and Pierce right there the whole time. And that was, I'm taking the charge from the moment that Christie headed to the middle.
Takes away the initial highlight dunk of the year from Vince Carter. Potapico comes out. Tony Battie has come into the Boston lineup. Griffin, once again, looks like he's going to back down Carter. Takes him into the paint, able to draw the foul.
Now, who would believe that they would be featuring the rookie right now against Vince Carter, making him play some defense? It's a great move by a natural lefty as he saw the middle open, as Carter was playing him for the left-hand comeback shot. And he's got to reach in.
Adrian, a 64% free throw shooter in the preseason, has got a quick 5 points here. That's what he averaged in preseason games. He's got 5 in the first 5 minutes of the regular season. Makes it low. Pitino has to be happy with Boston's offensive start here. Up 12-4 in the first 5 minutes. Oh, over the top. The alley-oop's not going anywhere. Once again, it's Petit there for the rebound. And Boston, again, really doing a job on the defensive glass. Kenny Anderson, some open court. Finds Petit. Back rims the jumper. Rebound to Christie.
Good look for Petit coming up, and that's his shot.
Hopefully looking to go inside. Kenny Anderson, nice job coming to help out. We are going to get a timeout. 6 minutes, 31 seconds left to go here, first quarter, and the Celtics off to a good start.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Well, the Celtics have established a rhythm in this first quarter, and they've done it both offensively and, watch this, defensively, as Pierce on the weak side just waiting for that swing pass. And look at this. And off he goes and scores over Carter. Well, Pierce doing a Michael Jordan impersonation, sticking the tongue out. Put it back in, Paul.
No changes in either lineup here. He's about halfway through the first. Walker on sound, gives it up to Griffin. Pierce was coming through. Christie's got him down low. Over the top, looking for Antoine. Makes the catch and gets the hook to get out.
Good play by Petit to find Antoine underneath. Antoine got down there in his spot.
Strong with his first two. Carter has to give it up to Oakley. They come to the other side to Christie. Pierce has got Christie. Christie dips the shoulder, takes the follow away, and knocks it home. Petit, double team comes from Carter. Tony turns, looking for an open man, gets it to Griffin, who came along the baseline. Celtics it down to 6 in the shot clock. Adrian tries to take his man, gets underneath, and kicks it out to Pierce, and he knocks down a three.
Oh, what a play by Griffin. The clock was running down. He made the defense react, and then he found Pierce all alone in the corner.
He bailed out Petit.
He bailed out the whole offense.
Yeah. There's a steal. Adrian, with help, leaves it, and Antoine finishes.
This kid is unselfish. He's smart. And is he a player?
A 20-second timeout is taken by Toronto. Adrian Griffin making the most of his start and roll.
The two sensational plays right here. And you're going to see him just take the ball out of the man's hands and then makes the defender commit and lays it back nicely. And the prior play where he drew the entire defense in. Watch this now as everybody reacts to him, stays on the floor, and then has plenty of time to find the open man. And that's what you do when you penetrate. Don't jump up in the air, baby, and then overcommit. Stay on the floor when you're unsure. And Griffin is a pass master at fundamental basketball. I mean, I love to watch him play.
Toronto giving it up 5 times already, and Boston hasn't pressed once in the game. The Celtics have turned those 5 turnovers into 8 points, and they have got themselves a 19-6 lead. Muggsy Bogues is into the game now at the point. Here's Christie. Look briefly for Carter inside, then Carter goes to the opposite side. They swing it to him. He's going to shoot the 3 outside before the shot. I think they're going to foul on Tony Petit. Foul is on Tony Petit. We're going to get ourselves a timeout here. 4:54 left to go in the first. All Boston. 19-6.
Circuit breaker. Check. Window heat. On. Takeoff warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radios, radar, and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares to Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa Bay, and Jacksonville. Florida's never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
The wonder of it all. Take a chance, make it happen. Pop the cork, finger snapping. Spin the wheel, round and round we go. Life is good, life is sweet. Grab yourself a front row seat. Let's meet and have a ball. Let's live. Yeah, let's live for the wonder of it all. Meet me at Foxwoods. Foxwoods.
No limits, no boundaries. That's a way of life in New England, and Ford SUVs are there every step of the way.
This thing just powers through the mud and the muck.
Ford Expedition.
My Explorer helps me keep it all together.
Ford Explorer, the #1 selling SUV in America. Now with low 3.9 financing. Equipped with control track 4-wheel drive, a powerful V8, and low 3.9 financing for 36 months. Check out the full line of SUVs at your New England Ford dealer. Your Ford outfitter.
We are back, and yes, that score is right. 19-6, the Celtics have opened up a 13-point lead here in the first quarter over the Toronto Raptors. Celtics tip off 99. The Celtics taking on the Washington Wizards in their home opener. It's coming up tomorrow night. Halftime will feature a special tribute to Red Auerbach for his 50 years with the team. Now, tickets start at just $10. Call now, 931-2222, or go online at Ticketmaster.com. John Thomas has checked in the game. Has to kick it to Christie. Thought about it. Got Pierce in the air. Christie takes it into the paint. And Kenny Anderson's going to be called for a foul on the way by. That is 2 on Kenny Anderson. And Wayne Turner is going to see some early minutes.
I'll tell you, Kenny has played a nice game. It's a shame they picked up that quick, well, it's not so quick, but that second foul. And Wayne Turner is going to get a big look tonight.
Christie on the baseline, and Thomas got in the way of the pass. Carter was actually there waiting for it.
Yeah, he was wide open, and somebody on the Boston bottom line made a mistake on defense.
6 turnovers on Toronto here early. Boston's only turned it over once. Alley-oop to Pierce. He couldn't get all the way up there, and the littlest guy on the court, Bogues, comes away with it. Christie with time. Buries it.
You got to go out in the perimeter and play some of these guys.
Bogues, some one-man pressure on Wayne Turner. And a little half-court trap now by the Raptors, who look to pick the pace of the game. Turner looking to take Bogues into the lane, and I think they get Bogues. Yes, they do with a kick, and Bogues might have got the worst of that exchange, as he might have taken the knee.
Well, Turner, not a bad move to try and put it on Bugsy Bogues.
Did they bang
Bugsy Bogues, very small, and they bang knees. And Turner will get to the line for 2.
Bugsy picked up as a free agent. We're going to see Chaney, McCarty, and Popico all come into the game. Wayne Turner knocks down the free throws, his first NBA point.
Let's take a look at Wayne Turner's player profile. He really knows the system, having played for Rick Pitino, and he can penetrate and dish, make things happen. He looks ahead, and he's a good leaper, and he is extremely good at getting shots off in the paint. Can go over an awful lot of people.
1 of 2 at the line. The lead is a dozen. Bogues gets it to Christie. Christie skips it to Carter. Carter goes inside to Thomas. Thomas looking to come up with something. Throws up a wild hook shot. And out of bounds. No call.
The man just got belted out of bounds.
It looked like he did.
Well, what Rick Pitino was doing during the preseason was substituting an entire unit. And then they would lose the rhythm of the game. And what he did was substitute first 2 guys and then brought another 3 in.
Nobody got Bogues, and Bogues made him pay.
Now, right now, the Celtics are zoning everything that's out of bounds, and they're losing people.
Potapico kicks it out to Pierce. Pierce really the scorer with his unit on the floor right now. They get it to McCarty. Calvert Chaney down there on the baseline. Potapico comes to it. And a pass picked off by Christie. Christie on the break for 2. And Rick Pitino wants a 20-second timeout. 6 points here for Doug Christie, and all of a sudden the lead is down to 8 at 20-12.
Now, what's he doing right?
Get all the names, numbers, and news you need, Tom, in just 30 minutes. Join Steve Lyons and Chris Myers for Fox Sports News this morning between 7 and 9 every morning right here on Fox Sports Net.
Now, when I talk about zoning the inbound passes, you just watch, and they zone, and they let them just end up wide open on the weak side. I don't know. You know, zoning out of bounds plays is extremely difficult unless you're really sharp and know the play patterns of the other team. Turn out a zone it, you better yell switch.
Cardi gets up to Pierce. Toronto extending the pressure. Walter's going to take it outside and knocks down a three. That's a big shot right now.
Well, Walter, we documented his improvement in the summer league and his shooting in the preseason games. He's playing with real offensive confidence.
Bogues had the ball in his hand for about 15 seconds. Gets it to Christie. They go to Davis. Davis trying to power something. Nothing doing. It's picked off by Cheney. Toronto continues to turn it over. Turner trying to force it inside to Potapenko, and I think they got Thomas over the back with a foul.
That was a good play by Turner as Potapenko had gotten down in the paint and had a good angle for the pass to Vitale.
Tracy McGrady is going to come into the game. I'm surprised it has taken him this long to come into the game. He averaged 20 points a game, second leading scorer to Vince Carter in the exhibition season.
He's in for Antonio Davis.
Well, they've got 5 ball handlers in there now. Or at least 4.
Thomas, I was just going to say. Pierce fakes the 3, leans, takes the 2, and gets it.
Smooth move as he worked his way by Christie.
11 first quarter points for Paul Pierce, and the Celtics have opened it back up to 13 as we hit the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Carter, who's been very quiet, goes inside. Thomas, wow, I tell you, that's the Toronto offense going to John Thomas. Here comes Pierce. Christie finally finds him. Pierce spins off the dribble. No, rebound loose. Thomas in a battle comes away with it. Bogues pushing it up the floor. Leaves it for McGrady. He comes up firing and hits.
Well, that's a kid that didn't play much his rookie season. Not in Walker, the coach, his doghouse. But he's been playing very well, as you said, Mike, in the preseason.
Nearly picked off there by Thomas to get it to Walter. Couldn't make a clean catch on the sideline. Nearly lost it out of bounds. Now trying to back his way in. Spins, takes a tough shot, has it blocked by McGrady. Bogues has got McGrady on a wing. Finds him in the corner. McGrady goes baseline, spins into a triple team, and throws up an air ball. Pierce the other way. Turner's running the floor. Paul is going to take it himself and bang it home.
Well, Bogues went and picked up Turner. And Paul Pierce said, I got an angle on the basket, and he's on fire.
Adrian Griffin's going to get back in the game. Pierce with 13 of Boston's 27. Here's Carter looking to respond. Can't. Nice double team by McCarty. They kick it out to McGrady. He's going to let it fly, and the foul is called. They're going to call Turner with getting McGrady on the arm when he shot.
Foul number Celtics, number 5, Wayne Turner. His first team foul, number 5.
Paul Pierce is making it happen here. He's pushing it up, and there at the top of your screen is Wayne Turner. And
number 1, Tracy McGrady.
I think Paul was really looking for Turner, and Muggsy faked at him and then dropped back into the passing lane. So Pierce had to take it strong to the hoop, and that he did.
McGrady misses the free throw with 37.6 seconds to go here in the first. You can see the improvement of Tracy McGrady in the preseason. He is, of course, a free agent at the end of this year and has been telling people he wants KG money, as in Kevin Garnett money.
Calm down, Tracy. Calm down, baby.
Take a seat, Trace. McCarty trying to force it inside. The top of a pretty good job to almost come up with it. Carter now the other way. Walter looking for a little too much off that pass.
He misread the defense. There was a man rotating down right in that passing lane.
Shot clock and game clock are just about in sync, so the Raptors are going to look for the final shot here. Kevin Willis, who killed the Celtics on opening night last year, into the game for the first time. Del Curry, that's what he does.
I'll tell you, you got to stay within 3 feet of that man or you're in trouble.
Adrian Griffin gets it off. And Curry's three takes a little bit of the air out of the Celtics, but an excellent first quarter as Rick Pitino, I think, speaking to Adrian Griffin about Del Curry and saying, you got to stay in touch with that guy. 27-18, Boston after one.
This summer is probably actually the hardest I've probably ever worked in my career. My shoulders is a lot bigger than they are this year. I've been running a lot on the beaches in California. I'm a great pool player now. Me and my roommate, you know, we play pool all the time. I beat him up all the time. I'm always a great tennis player. You know, I'll be probably a professional tennis player. I'll probably end up being an FBI officer, too.
What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history.
To play in the snow, you better have the right stuff. And now you can get it with great deals at your local Ski-Doo dealers. Get up to $400 off Ski-Doo parts, clothing, or accessories when you buy any eligible Ski-Doo 2000 snowmobile. Or choose guaranteed snow, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest until January 2000. Hurry. Offer ends November 15th, 1999. Subject to credit approval. See your authorized participating Ski-Doo dealer for details.
If you got a problem, call.
Hey, Bob, on a health kit?
Nah, canceled auto insurance.
What happened?
Long story.
Tell it to A Affordable.
Hey, affordable?
Yeah, it's the place to replace your auto insurance. No hassle, no credit check, no questions asked.
I have a question.
And I have a green light. Bye!
Look out!
Auto insurance.
A Affordable, 1-800-89-SAVES.
This is Fox Sports Net.
We're back. Celtics have got themselves a 9-point lead here as we start the second, thanks mainly to Paul Pierce, who had a great 12 minutes.
Well, and this was really a super play here. And there is his Michael Jordan impersonation, and there's a nice pass from Adrian Griffin, and there's a three from the corner. There's another drive. So Paul Pierce hitting outside, inside, medium range. Those little pull-up jumpers, which these defenses, I think, are going to allow him. There you see his number, 6 for 9, to go with 3 rebounds.
Played 11 of the 12 minutes in that first quarter. Bogues is out there to start the second, along with Carter, who looks to put it on the floor. Oh, great block by Griffin. Carter gets it back and gets 2. It's Calbert Cheney, Walter McCarty, Wayne Turner, Vitaly Potapico, and Adrian Griffin out there right now for Boston. It's Curry, Bogues, McGrady, Willis, and Carter. Cheney gets double teamed, kicks it to Turner. They swing it to Griffin. Walter's open in the corner. He's going to take it and make it. Second 3 for McCarty in the game. I thought somebody got a piece of that when he shot it, but it went down.
That went up and almost touched the rafters here.
Celtics by 10, 30-20. Carter not happy with his teammates, as you can tell the way he's directing them. Then he just launches it and hits a 3.
So he got a layup, and now he's back into the ball game.
Carter had a big preseason scoring. There goes Adrian Griffin, baseline, partially blocked, rebound underneath. Walter got it, knocked away, but a foul's called. Nice work on the offensive glass by both Potapico and McCarty. Muggsy Bogues picks up his second as we take a look at the first quarter numbers. Great shooting for the Celtics, 55%, the best offensive quarter they have had in terms of half-court execution.
Well, they were doing more than half-court execution. They were turning some of those steals and turnovers into easy baskets or stuff going to the hoop. And they were making that second and third extra pass instead of people trying to do it all on their own, and that produced some real good offensive opportunities.
Walter's got 8 off the bench. Boston's lead is 9. It'll be McCarty who will pick up McGrady. Griffin right now has got Carter. Carter wants the ball again. McCarty kind of bluffing. McGrady has to shoot it. And again, Boston, good job boxing out on the glass. Turner the other way, nearly loses the handle, and they say he does. The double dribble is called. Tonight's game brought to you in part by JobFind.com, the #1 source for online recruitment in the Northeast. Sorry, Tom.
He looked at Muggsy Bogues and took his eye off the ball and just lost control of it.
Here's Curry. Misses the 3 this time. Willis comes up with an offensive rebound. McGrady just knocked Chaney down and was calling for the ball. Curry gets it back, lays it down to the youngster.
Now, once they went into their helter-skelter offense, Boston lost their people. Got to pick them up.
Raptors back to within 7 now. Walter kicks it out. They find Griffin. Adrian keeps weaving his way to the hoop. Comes outside to Calvin Chaney. Misses the jumper. Rebound taken down by Willis, but stolen by Griffin. Adrian in the paint throws it up.
Oh, he got hit.
It sure looked like he got hit, and now they're going to call foul the other way. We have got a timeout. Vitaly Potapico picks up the foul. Back with more from Toronto in a moment.
We know advanced technology doesn't have to be complicated. That every product must be meaningful. And the end result will make you smile. Open up to Samsung Digital. Samsung Digital. Everyone's invited.
For Dodge Dakota, success comes about as naturally as wearing the Magnum engine badge. It offers far and away the best power and class. It also offers the very best in room, payload, and, of course, towing. And look what else it's pulled off. Dodge Dakota is ranked best compact pickup in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. Dodge. Different. See the friendly New England Dodge dealer near you.
This is your business. This is our business. These are your challenges. These are our solutions. This is your future. This is your choice.
Well, I am in love with Adrian Griffin right here. Watch this as they come up with the rebound and then stop it right here. Look at that long arm in the passing lane and intercepts the ball. This guy is alert. He knows, he anticipates, he's thinking 2 steps ahead of most everybody else out there, and he's a creator of things for himself and other people.
Once again now it is Bogues, Carter, Curry, Willis, and McGrady out there for the Raptors. Curry got free, missed it. Rebound taken down by Potapico. Celtics with numbers here. Turner trying to push it. And from behind, it was Muggsy Bogues with the steal. Then Walter McCarty got it right back. And once again, Bogues gets in the thick of it and calls a timeout, coming up with the loose ball. We will get ourselves another timeout here. 9:05 left to go in the half.
Flying to Baltimore for business? If these 19 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore, maybe this will. Call 1-800-I-FLY-SWA.
You are now free to move about the country.
Everybody tries to sing in the shower.
Walter's pretty good.
I might be the only one that sounds good.
He has a good tone in his voice.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Antoine is the worst singer you ever want to hear.
He thinks he can sing and rap.
He tries to sing on the bus.
He gets his Walkman on the planes, and he's sitting there just hurting everybody's ears on the plane.
Awful singer.
Here comes Antoine on the break. Over the top. All the way.
The Maglite flashlight. Brighter, tougher, made in America. Maglite, the perfect gift to brighten the holidays. Maglite.
He's gone! Goodbye!
The run for the title is on.
See you later! Touchdown!
It's college football season, and we've got your Big 12 excitement right here.
Good night!
Welcome back to the Air Canada Center here in Toronto, and you can be part of the action this season with the Boston Celtics Action Pack. 3 convenient 10-game plans to choose from, and they all fit your schedule. Plus, you get some special benefits if you jump in right now. For Action Pack and season ticket information, call Celtics Sales Office at 617-523-3030. Antoine Walker has come back out on the floor along with Paul Pierce. Patopico, Cheney, and Turner stay out there. It was still McGrady, Bogues, Carter, Curry, and Willis.
Wayne Turner really got outboxed by Muggsy Bogues. And they've been telling Wayne, get rid of the ball. Don't try and out-dribble Muggsy. He can really come in and hurt you.
Nice job by Pierce boxing out and opened it up for Antoine. Antoine nearly got picked from behind by Carter. Pierce, a long 3, and he's got it. 16 first half points for Pierce, and the lead is back up to 10. Here comes McGrady around the screen. McGrady off the dribble for 2. You can see what they really like about this kid. 6'8", 210 pounds.
Well, they're trying to make him into a point guard. I think he's more of an offensive weapon than a point guard.
Pierce again looking, finds Turner. Wayne's going to take it. It won't go down for him. Rebound tip controlled by Carter. Bogues the other way. Once again, Carter looking for the 3. Maybe a little quick for Topical, able to track down the miss. Gets it in the hands of Pierce. Pierce keeps the dribble alive. Goes baseline.
He had Patopico going to the hoop.
Antoine will screen outside. Gets it back. Antoine fakes it and loses the dribble. He's making the right move, looking to go to the basket. Willis goes behind the back, and McGrady gets 2. 35-29, as close as the Raptors have been in a long time. They've cut it to 6. 7:20 to go here, first half.
Well, they're trying to rattle Turner.
Patopico misses the jumper. He had Cheney wide open underneath it, didn't see him. Curry fakes the 3. Takes the 2. Rick Pitino is going to take a timeout. Toronto starting to get the crowd in the game a little bit. They have cut it to 4 with 7:03 to go in the half.
They're the best-selling minivans in the world. The most innovative ever. The most imitated. The most trusted. The most versatile. Dodge Caravan. It's not only the yardstick, it's the ruler. Dodge Caravan. Different. Dodge. Different. See the friendly New England Dodge dealer near you.
Just a little something to start your morning off, and here's something else. Dunkin' Donuts Value Combos. A delicious cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee paired up with one of your tasty morning favorites. There's the freshly baked bagel, cream cheese, and coffee combo, the 2 donut and coffee combo, and much more. I tell you, if they don't get you going in the morning, nothing will. Dunkin' Donuts Value Combos. 2 great products, 1 great price.
Try the delicious bagel, cream cheese, and coffee combo at Dunkin' Donuts today.
Love and happiness. happening. Oh, love happening. Oh.
We are back, 35-31. Celtics got a 4-point lead with 7:03 to go here in the half. Every night at 6:30 and midnight, Jim Rome gets the last word here on Fox Sports Net. Tune in and find out who's on the hot seat tonight and just how far Jim will go to get the goods on his guests. That's right here on Fox Sports Net.
Well, Kevin Willis has been around a long time and just lays it nicely behind his back. The 3-on-1 situation produces a layup for the Raptors, and they've been hot. And Anderson, of necessity, back in the game as Turner was really having trouble just finding his way around on the court.
Heard the booing. That was for Kenny Anderson, of course, who didn't want to play here in Toronto, and the fans remember that. Pierce with 6 on the shot clock. Goes underneath Carter, leans in. That's going to be short, but Antoine is there.
I love it when Antoine is within the foul line and close to the basket. He will go get the ball.
6 points for Antoine in the game, and that's the Boston lead with 6:29 to go in the half. McGrady outside, tries to go over the top. Loose ball picked off by Anderson. Celtics get numbers here in the break. Kenny takes it all the way. McGrady for the block. Bogues now. Carter lays it down, and the foul was given on Willis.
McGrady came from out of nowhere on this one, as Kenny thought he was going to be able to get that shot off, and there were people up there with him, and McGrady quick to the leap and high too, boy. Swatted it away.
Willis with the miss. They're going to check something at the scorer's table. It should be the first foul on Pierce. They announced it as his second. Willis now for the second of 2. The numbers on Kevin Willis last year. Had his best game of the year opening night against the Celtics.
Well, they're putting a little pressure on the Celtics right now, and
Anderson able to spin away, gets it back in the hands of Walker.
Boy, with McGrady on him, I'd put him down on the box. Get down on the box, Antoine.
Pass nearly picked off, out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. 5 seconds on the clock.
Antoine could have a field day against Jason McGrady down on the box.
Pierce gets it to Kenny Anderson. 5 on the clock. Kenny's got to get something going. Can't. Double team, throws it away, and shot clock violation. Wait a minute. Yeah, nobody had control, so it's going to come back to the Raptors. Raptors have played much better with Muggsy Bogues running the show.
Well, he's a true point guard, and he's not looking for points. He's looking to create things for other people, and that helps everybody else out.
McGrady goes down the baseline to Willis. Willis trying to make his move, throws up the hook, and it rolls in.
Well, what a nice move by Willis.
37-34 3-point game, and Kenny Anderson turns it over. Boston's big lead all but gone in the shooting. Celtics 55% shooting in the first quarter, 30% here in the second.
Well, they're not getting the same shots now because there's a little pressure going on.
Willis won't stay down for him. Here comes Anderson.
Look for people. That was Antoine wide open. Lay it out there. He gets a layup. You know, you're going to get a lot of offensive fouls on Muggsy Bogues because you don't even see him. You're looking, and he's down around your knees.
Vitale picks up that foul. He's going to go to the bench, and Tony Batti's going to check in. Adrian Griffin tried to get to the table, couldn't get there in time. Curry trying to get himself free. Does. Immediately gets doubled. Finds McGrady on a roll to the basket. Misses the jumper. Good job again by Pierce boxing out. He's on the rebound. Hit the floor. They get it to Pierce on the wing. Over the top to Antoine. Turns to the baseline. Loses the handle.
Yeah, no place to go. They were really ready to jam him.
Bogues and Curry exchange outside. Willis really wants the ball on the tee. Bogues gives it to him. Gets it right back. 6 on the shot clock. Bogues trying to create. Lays it down. It's picked off by Calvert Cheney.
Look for the tee.
Here Jones to the tee. Turns on McGrady. Wants to take him baseline. Spins. The hook goes.
You can take advantage of McGrady. All he is offensive minded, and he's not going to pick up any fouls. Work him to death on defense, McGrady.
Looking hook shot there by Tony Batista. Stretched the lead back out to 5 again. Under 4 minutes to go first half. There's McGrady. You can tell he's looking to answer on the offensive end. Drives along the baseline. Finds a way to get it up. Loose ball underneath. Willis. That was a travel, and Cheney comes down with it. Willis took about 3 steps in the lane. Pierce the other way. Little floater. Got it.
So he's got all those little tweener shots, Paul Pierce, and with this spread out defense where you're not able to bump people coming up the court, he's going to be a real threat this year offensively.
Curry is going to take it. Bingo.
And Antoine get a nice shot. Stayed right with him. Had the left hand up, right on his shooting hand. And Curry's got that stroke down, and the timing is fearless.
7 for Curry off the bench. Pierce looking to create something, and Christie's going to be called for the hold as he takes it to the basket. That'll be the second on Christie.
Now they got the ball to Tony Petit just in the right spot. And he works the young rookie, little up fake, gets him going one way, fakes it to him, shows it, and then just leans back for the little hook shot. And McGrady on the floor the whole time.
Antoine gets it to Paul. The double team comes from Curry. Paul takes it anyway. Gets 2.
I mean, that was... Wow, what a play that was.
20 points for Paul Pierce here in the first half. Celtics lead is back up to 7. Tony Batiste is going to call that foul.
You know, when the man goes up that high up the lane, you front them, you leave a lot of room for the lob pass to pay off. And there's a point where you release him and you try and 3-quarter him instead of fronting him. Tony Petit went all the way up and fronted him practically to the free throw line. And that's when you really get caught.
Antoine and Paul Pierce come to the bench, and Cheney and McCarty are back into the game. Here's Curry. Griffin trying to stay with him. They go over the top to Christie. Good double team there by Batiste as he came to help out. Christie now gets it into Willis. Willis, that half hook of his, no. Rebound to Tony. Gets it quickly in the hands of Turner. Got away with a high dribble there. Walter hits another 3.
I love Walter.
Walter's got 11 off the bench. Celtics have opened it back up to 10. Here's Antonio Davis. Give him that shot. Rebound taken down by Griffin. Adrian looking to push it. Raptors are back defensively. Adrian takes it to him for 2.
Yo, Adrian.
Adrian's got 8. The Celtic bench has come in and scored a quick 6 here. The lead's up to 12. Davis trying to back Petit down. Gets the follow-away. First basket for Antonio Davis as the Toronto Raptor.
This pace is just exactly the way Rick Pitino would want the game to be played.
Celtics are on an 11-4 run, and the bench has accounted for most of that. Underneath, Griffin. Adrian backing in, kicks it out. Tony to the corner. They find an open Cheney. Nice ball movement. Cheney, though, unable to make it count. Christie the other way. Celtics back defensively. Christie a little spin, and Griffin got him before he made the move. 2 on Adrian.
You don't expect Adrian Griffin to do stuff like this. But I guess he can. Those long arms just powered it up there and right over a shot blocker.
Christie trying to take Turner one-on-one. Too high off the glass. Nice offensive board by Willis. Has it stopped away from behind, but a foul call. Tony Battie is going to pick it up. Not Tony, that'll be his third. It's going to get Antoine Walker back into the game here with 42.7 seconds left to go in the half. Purvis Ellison's also going to make his first appearance. 4 points for Kevin Willis. Ellison and Walker in. McCarty and Battie sit down.
How many people has he played here in this first half? He's played everybody but Eric Williams. So that's 10 guys who's played here in the first half.
Willis makes them both. 8-point game. That's going to use a bit of a clock here. They could get a 2-for-1 though if they put it up. Antoine decides to. It's short. Rebound taken down by Christensen. I'm sure a coach like that shot. Celtics will get the ball one more time here.
Well, they backed off him. That is his shot. It should be.
Carter calling for the ball. Tipped away. Nice defense by Ellison. Now they're going to call Purvis with a grab outside.
Foul on the Celtics, number 29, Purvis Ellison. That's his first foul in the game. We're in penalty situation for the Raptors, number 33.
We'll put Antonio Davis at the free throw line. His club down 8. 13.5 seconds on the clock to halftime.
Number 34.
3 points for Davis. Paul Pierce is going to come back in for the final offensive possession, and you can see the first half numbers from Paul Pierce. As we mentioned during the preseason, we really felt that Paul was playing hard, but offensively might have been on a bit of cruise control. Really wasn't looking to assert himself. He certainly has asserted himself here in the first half. McGrady is coming in. Willis goes out. Willis did a nice job off Butch Carty's bench.
Well, they didn't jam Paul Pierce. Didn't take away the lanes. I'm sure that after this game, people will be really looking to do that. But
Celtics need to gather here and get a stop, and they do. Still got time to get something up on the clock. They get it in the hands of Griffin. Adrian to the basket. And he's going to get himself to the free throw line with 1.5 on the clock. Celtics dodge a bit of a bullet there. They have a chance to get this lead back up to 8. And it was in danger of getting down to about 4.
One thing that Wayne Turner has brought with him from his Kentucky days is look ahead and get the ball up the floor. And there it is. And that allows Adrian to go hard to the hoop.
Nine-point first half for Adrian Griffin in his first start in the NBA. Not too shabby. Stay with us at halftime. Eric Freed has a one-on-one conversation with Rick Pitino. You'll see some of that tonight and some of that tomorrow night. Adrian makes them both. 10 for AG, and Alvin Williams doesn't even try to get a shot off. It is all Boston here in the first half. A strong first quarter, and the Celtics back it up in the second, and they've got themselves an 8-point lead as we head to halftime.
One-on-one sports. You know, this team's going to be fine as long as they get rid of this guy and you bring in a real cleanup hitter. Then you've got a shot. You can't get by with a journeyman quarterback. You have to go out and draft a big-time young quarterback. I mean, what does this guy do all day? You're listening to Jay Mariotti on One-on-One Sports, AM 1510, Boston.
In recent government crash tests, no other SUV outperformed the Nissan Pathfinder in driver front impact collisions. Passenger front impact collisions, driver's side or passenger side impact collisions. You might say it's like being taken off the endangered species list.
Making the theory of relativity obsolete? Hard. Establishing world peace? Hard. Picking 6 winners in the Breeders' Cup Ultra Pick 6? Hard, but not impossible. The Breeders' Cup, racing's biggest day and a chance to win $5 million. The Breeders' Cup, Saturday, November 6th. Watch.
In most mattress stores, the salespeople pounce on you with too hard of a sell. While at department and most furniture stores, it's too soft. There's no one there to give you information. It's unbearable. At Jordan's Furniture, our sleep techs are just right and are there for you with underprices on the best spring air mattresses every day. So you'll sleep happily ever after. Porridge, anybody?
My father started the Mettmann Manufacturing Company in 1942. Since then, the Mettmann name has become synonymous with ill-conceived products that carry the risk of serious physical injury. But we have made a little progress. We just signed up for this great service called Stamps.com. It lets you print your postage straight from your printer, and it's actually legal. It really comes in handy for all our recall notices. Get well cards and flowers for the families.
Chamber of Commerce. It's where your business belongs.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to halftime of the opening game here in Toronto. And tonight's halftime feature, a portion of a conversation Eric Freed had with Rick Pitino about the upcoming NBA season.
We're pretty much on target. Where my teams never start out as a great basketball team, with the exception of last year. They always go this way, and that's what we want. We don't want to be great right now. We want to teach the fundamentals, get it in, and get better with each week of the season.
Do you still think and still hold true that you're as close to the top as you are to the bottom in the conference? It's wide open for everybody?
Toward the end of the season, I think that's true. We are. Right now, certainly going into the start of the season, Miami, New York, Indiana have a distinctive edge over the rest of us who are rebuilding. But toward the middle of the season, from the All-Star break on, I think if we can stay afloat and stay in the hunt, we're going to get better and better.
When we talk at the end of the season, when we do how did the season go sort of angle, what would you like to be talking about? What do you think your answers will be?
What we want to do, our goal all along, and we haven't altered our goals. We said in the third or fourth season we want to be a playoff contender. And even in our first year, we were going into the last week, we had to win every game, somebody had to lose, but we were a playoff contender. Now we want to take it from that 36 wins, improve off that, and be a stronger playoff contender.
And if you'd like to hear more of Rick Pitino's conversation with Eric Freed, join us tomorrow night, opening night from the Fleet Center, and we'll have an extended version of Rick and Eric. We'll have more of our halftime coming up here from Toronto in just a minute.
Dodge Ram's payload and towing capabilities are the stuff of legend, but there's a load more. Ram introduced the world's first quad cab. Ram's available Magnum V10 is the largest and most powerful V10 in a full-size pickup. And Ram pickups are the longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. We could go on, and on, and on. Dodge. Different. See the friendly New England Dodge dealer near you.
This is power. Unstoppable power. The power in new Duracell Ultra. The most powerful alkaline battery in the world. The power for more pictures, faster flashes, more sound, and ultra performance in whatever it powers. New Duracell Ultra. More power, more life.
This is your business.
This is our business. These are your challenges. These are our solutions. This is your future. This is your choice.
What's your favorite pastime? Could it be getting a great deal? Well, McDonald's steps up to the plate with hot, juicy hamburgers for just 39 cents every Wednesday and 49-cent cheeseburgers every Sunday. And our new Mickey D's Dollar Deals every day.
A new world of choice is coming to Boston. At AT&T, the future is now. We're combining exciting new technologies to bring your family more choices. A new choice in local phone service, lower monthly phone bills, better cable TV service, and an internet that's faster and easier for everyone. You decide. With more choices to stay in touch and save money, AT&T. It's all within your reach.
From low impact to high impact, American Fitness is large enough and knowledgeable enough to handle everyone's fitness needs. Now in a new, larger location, you'll find an assortment of multi-gyms for the whole family. And while others may carry only treadmills, at American Fitness, if it deals with cardio, it's here. All types and styles to fit all tastes. Delivery and setup available. American Fitness, now in Norwell, your one-stop fitness shop.
We are back at what is a very quiet Air Canada Center, and it should be because they're Raptors. Again, we talked at the top how many people were talking about this as a cinch for the playoffs. Well, a bump in the road here in the first half as the Celtics came out early and got him. Adrian Griffin was just a very, very strong first quarter as he was able to chip in 10 points in the first quarter overall. And Paul Pierce showing what he can do. 20 first half points for Paul Pierce from inside and from outside as he hit a couple of threes, and the Celtics got good efforts from a lot of different people. There's a block by Tracy McGrady as Kenny Anderson tried to take it to the hoop. But Boston had a lot of answers. Walter McCarty hit 3 threes in the first half. Walter off the bench with 11. But Adrian Griffin pretty much the story as he took it right to the Raptors with plays like that. And the Celtics have themselves an 8-point lead. Let's take a look at our Dodge NBA leaders, last season's rookies. And as we said off the top, Vince Carter and Paul Pierce, the two guys that got most of the ink around the league, and they are putting on a show here tonight. At least Pierce put on a first half show. Carter had kind of a quiet 7. We'll see what he does in the second half. More to come from the Air Canada Center right after this.
Safety, it's my job. I like seeing kids riding in a Ford Windstar. Ford Windstar 2000. It's got the government's highest safety rating and a whole list of other features to help keep your kids safe.
Like available side impact airbags and a reverse sensing system. And now Windstar LX comes with $1,500 cash back. With available dual remote sliding doors and the confidence of all-speed traction control.
I do whatever I can to keep my kids safe. That's why I drive a Windstar.
$1,500 cash back on Windstar LX. Only from your New England Ford dealer.
This summer is probably actually the hardest I probably ever worked in my career. My shoulders is a lot bigger than they are this year. I've been running a lot on the beaches in California. I'm a great pool player now. Me and my roommate, we play pool all the time. I beat him up all the time. I'm always a great tennis player. I'll be probably a professional tennis player. I'll probably end up being an FBI officer, too.
Just a little something to start your morning off, and here's something else. Dunkin' Donuts Value Combos. A delicious cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee paired up with one of your tasty morning favorites. There's the freshly baked bagel, cream cheese, and coffee combo, the 2-donut and coffee combo, and much more. I tell you, if they don't get you going in the morning, nothing will. Dunkin' Donuts Value Combos. 2 great products, 1 great price.
Try the delicious bagel, cream cheese, and coffee combo at Dunkin' Donuts today.
He's gone!
The run for the title is on.
See you later. Touchdown.
It's college football season, and we've got your Big 12 excitement right here.
Good night.
This is Fox Sports Net.
We are back. Celtics have an 8-point lead. Halftime here in Toronto. Mike Gorman along with Tom Langston as we take a look at the first half numbers. Nice shooting by Boston there, T.
You know, they were getting layups, and they were taking an awful lot of stuff right to the hoop. And then a couple of guys hit some threes, so a very diversified offense.
5 for 7 shooting the three, 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Rebounds, a +1 for Boston. Points in the paint, a +10. And the Celtics turnovers even at 12 apiece. So a good first half for Rick Pitino's club here. And Adrian Griffin, certainly a great job in a starting role, Tom.
You know, Adrian Griffin, not a lot of people know a lot about him, but I'm sure they didn't expect him to do something like that, just overpower somebody taking it strong to the hoop.
8-point game. Back with second half action after this. Tonight's Boston Celtics basketball game on Fox Sports Net is being brought to you in part by your friendly New England Dodge dealer. Take a different road. Head in a different direction. Make a different statement. Dodge different. By the Boston Herald. Turn to the Herald for the best sports coverage in Boston. We have played a half as the Celtics road here on Fox Sports Net begins in Canada, and Boston an excellent first half, and they have an 8-point lead at 50-42. Adrian Griffin, a big reason Boston is in front.
And big surprise to everybody. Here is a nice swing pass, takes the medium range jump shot, knocks it down easily with poise. Now you watch this little move. And glides by everybody, slips it through the lumber, makes a steal here, off he goes, lays it back nicely, takes the one defender off the play, and then this is the thing that I like most about this guy, his ability to get out there and steal the ball. He's really cute, reminds me a lot of Rick Fox.
He had 10 points, 2 block shots, 2 steals, 3 assists, and a rebound.
All-round basketball, guys, and that's what this team has been looking for. They have it in the person of Adrian Griffin.
Rick Pitino is happy he's here.
He gives the team, he settles the first unit down. He plays without ego. He lets the game come to him. He's an excellent defensive player. He does all the subtle things that make a good basketball player.
He has so far in this first half, that's for sure. He'll be out there with Potapico, Anderson, Walker, and Pierce.
You know, when you have a player as smart as him, and I'm sure that he will grow as a player and add things to his game, but that intelligence at the pro level puts him miles ahead of most rookies.
All right, Charles Oakley, who didn't score in the first half, is out there with Alvin Williams, Vince Carter, Antonio Davis, and Doug Christie. Quick double team on Carter as soon as he touches it. They swing it the other side to Oakley, goes inside, and before the shot, they have got a foul, a hold on Potapico, his third.
Well, they didn't want Carter to get off and running, and they took the ball out of his hands, and then the rotation broke down.
Charlie didn't like the call, but it saved the basket. Yep. Alvin Williams kicks it back out. Oakley, again, he's been quiet, goes back to Williams. Williams is going to take it and make it. Second basket for Alvin Williams.
Well, looks like we're going to work on Kenny Anderson. Kenny did a nice job of denying him one time in the low box.
Vitale out high, looking low. Pierce comes out a little late, goes the other way to Anderson. They get it back to V. V in the paint. Kenny, top of the key jumper. No. Potapico is going to be called, I believe. No, they got open. All right. I thought Vitale had an arm extended as he was getting the rebound. His first foul on Oakley.
Oakley is not a leaper, and he's prone to grabbing you, so you can't out-leap him. And I'm sure that's what they picked up. I didn't see it, but...
Antoine, double team, gets it into Potapico, turns, takes it in the paint, spins, fall away, no, rebound taken down by Oakley. Minute 10 gone here in the third. Celtics have got a 6-point lead. Oakley in and out. Rebound taken down by Griffin. Gets up quickly to Anderson. Walker was calling for it on the other side. Kenny takes it in the paint, throws it up on the run. He's going to get himself to the free throw line.
And that little subtle thing by Adrian Griffin, not the extra hole to make sure the rebound got counted in the scorebook, but got it quickly to Kenny Anderson. And that allows Kenny Anderson to attack a disorganized defense and get to the free throw line.
Antonio Davis picks up that free throw, and the crowd gets on Kenny Anderson at the free throw line. First point for Kenny tonight, who had a strong offensive preseason, shooting better than 50% from the floor, better than 73% from the line.
He just moves the ball and takes his shots when they show up. He'll make this team hum.
Here's Carter. Immediately Walker was coming out to double him. Christie gets it back. If Carter has to take a three, took that from about, I don't know, it's going to be a foul on Antonio Davis over the back. Carter had to be a foot and a half beyond the three-point line, but he took that. That's where he's going to have to go, it would appear, to get his shots.
Yeah, and he's going to stop bombing, I want to tell you. And that was a great block out by Vitale to take the man off the rebound and create the foul on Antonio Davis.
Pretty good three-point shooter Carter is. Pierce got his man in the air, leans in, and a very late call, but it comes. It'll be on Vince Carter.
On the Raptors, number 15, Vince Carter. That's his second foul of the game for the Raptors.
Right now, Paul Pierce is working Carter and Doug Christie with those fakes. And they don't know when he's going to take the shot or when he's going to fake them. And he's into their heads during this, after that fine first half in this third quarter. Let's see how he uses it against these guys.
1 of 2 for Pierce at the line. Davis comes away with the miss. Boston's lead is 9. 2 minutes gone here in the third. Williams able to get it into the forecourt, finds Christie. Davis, double team, outside. Williams bluffs it, kicks it. Christie will take it. Christie will hit open jump shots, that's for sure. Give him 3 on that one. That's it to a 6-point game. Antoine doubled immediately.
Yeah, doubled him, and
Adrian does not get the bounce. Rebound in traffic, and foul is called over the top on Patopico. That's going to get Tony Battie back into the game. It'll be 4 on Vitale.
Number 4, Tony Battie, in the game for the Celtics.
Rick Pitino saying push the pace right in front of us, and well, he should, to tire out guys like Oakley and Antonio Davis.
Inside, and they're going to call Battie for a push in the back. And Purvis Ellison very quickly is going to come into the game.
Number 4, Tony Battie. That's his 4th.
4 on Battie, so Patopico and Battie with 4 apiece. So Tony's stay on the floor is a brief one.
Number 29, Purvis Ellison into the game, replacing Battie.
Well, if they're not going to allow a guy to do that, they got to call 3 seconds on those big people, because they're pitching tents and lighting campfires in that paint.
Oakley's going to take it. Finally knocks one down.
Well, that is his shot. You can't give Oakley that outside shot. He will hit that. Not good inside, but very good outside.
Little life here for the Raptors as they get back to within 4. Griffin skips it to Anderson. Behind it, Purvis Ellison screen, takes it in the paint. The layup goes.
Yeah, and that jump out defense evaporated on the first dribble by Kenny. Stayed on the floor nicely until he eluded 2 of the Raptors.
Little left-handed flip for his basket of the night for Kenny. He doubles Carter. They're really making Carter give the basketball up. Carter's going to see a lot of that kind of stuff this year. And Pierce, the quick hands. Anderson saves it. Antoine drops it back to his point guard. Kenny keeps the dribble alive. Griffin. They leave an opening to the basket. He finds Pierce open. Second time he's done that. And Pierce hits another three.
Oh, this kid just stays on the floor. How many players do you see when they go to the basket, try and make a pass while they're 5 feet up in the air, and it never works?
Antoine coming up with a steal. Griffin, the nice lead pass, and Antoine's got 2.
Yeah, and I think Antoine may have turned his ankle on that shot.
Davis looks to answer on the other end. Can't. Up big for the rebound. Griffin in there with a battle underneath. Loose ball. Griffin goes to the floor for it. And I think they call a foul. Yes, they do on Adrian Griffin. And on AG, that'll be 3.
Number 44, Adrian Griffin, his 3rd foul. The game, team foul number 4.
14 fouls here on the Celtics in the first 4 minutes. He's going to get Calvert Chaney up off the Boston bench.
Here's nice layout pass right over the top of the retreating defender and right into the hands of Antoine. I think Antoine may have sprained his ankle as he was trying to take off with a twist.
Seems to be moving all right now, though. It doesn't show any signs of pain.
Oh, what a walk.
Man, I think so.
What a walk.
9 points, though, for Vince Carter, and 9 points to Boston lead at 60-51.
An up fake in 2 steps.
Over the top to Pierce, and he couldn't get it, but he picked it off on the other side, and
he shot the ball. He shot the ball. You gotta. He shot the ball. You know, if you shoot the ball.
They'll get it to Carter. Chaney has got him. No double this time. Now here comes Antoine on the double team. Inside to Davis. Davis turns on Purvis. Nice defense by Purvis. Rebound taken by Pierce on the other side. Loops it ahead to Anderson. Kenny. A little stop and go move. Nothing doing. Christie some pretty good defense there himself.
And as Antoine's got the point guard on him.
He's got the 2 guard on him. Takes him baseline for 2.
Good move by Antoine, and heads up play by Kenny to look for him underneath.
Antoine has had a very solid game here. 9-point Boston lead, making 11-point Boston lead. 62-51. Davis double teamed inside. Oakley. Second basket for Oakley. Both of them coming here in the second half. Just about halfway through the third. Anderson in the paint leaves it to Chaney. Now gets it back.
Chaney not looking for a shot, and he should be.
Antoine looks for a 3. Got it.
Antoine's in the book with the layup, and you know, he has not forced a shot tonight. Nope. And he's passed the ball, and he's playing really under control. Good basketball.
Christie. Double figures for Doug Christie. He's the first of the Raptors to make double figures here tonight. It's a 10-point Boston lead, and they have got the ball. Ellison looking inside. Missed Walker. Purvis takes it to the basket.
Way to go, Purvis is in service.
And Tommy Woods with the call down there on the baseline. I think it's Pierce. We'll check it. We'll be back.
Book your travel online with Southwest Airlines, and you'll automatically get double Rapid Rewards flight credits, which means 4 round trips get you a free ticket and some downtime for your computer. Drive happy with our friends at Alamo Rent-A-Car and start earning free travel even faster.
You are now free to move about the country.
When the sun comes up, we're here. That's why we only drive Ford trucks.
When New Englanders have a tough job to do, they count on the only trucks on the road built Ford tough, like the big Ford F-150. Now, during truck season, it comes with low 3.9 financing for 36 months, with 4x4 power, a standard four-door super cab, and more.
They just plain work.
But we don't. Ford F-150, the #1 selling truck on the planet, and low 3.9 financing. During truck season at your New England Ford dealer.
Everybody tries to sing in the shower.
Walter's pretty good.
I might be the only one that sounds good.
He has a good tone in his voice.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Antoine is the worst singer you ever want to hear.
He thinks he can sing and rap.
He tries to sing on the bus.
He gets his Walkman on the planes, and he's sitting there just hurting everybody's ears on the plane.
Awful singer.
Here comes Antoine on the break. Over the top. All the way.
You're going to see the threat of Antoine Walker and what it does to a team's defense. Here he is, and he'll set a little pick here and then slide. The point guard ends up with him. Now, right here, that point guard is going to make sure he never gets the ball. That allows Purvis to up fake and then dribble right through with no help. And Purvis makes an easy layup. So the threat of a mismatch situation allowed Purvis to storm through. And I mean, he's not a fast dribbler or a quick mover.
That's his first 2 points in 3 years.
Purvis is in service.
It'll be Oakley, Christie, Carter, Muggsy Bogues, who played very well in the first half, and Doug Christie on the floor right now for the Raptors. The Celtics have Anderson, Chaney, Walker, Pierce, and Purvis also.
Muggsy Bogues is really going to help this team because he will distribute the ball. And he's not a great shooter, but he also gets in your face on defense, and he comes up from behind and makes an awful lot of steals. So you see right now they're allowing Walker to bring it up, and Benny Anderson doesn't even have to bring it up.
Toronto looks like they have worked a lot on a half-court trap. They keep trying to get into it. Antoine makes a move on Davis in the paint and gets two.
Well, Davis showed his age right there. Never lifted.
Nope. He had no defense for that. Christie has been the man, and that one is an air ball. Pierce coming up with it. Sounds looking for something in transition. Pass just behind Chaney.
That was a good read by Kenny, and I think he just lost it at the last instant. Otherwise, Celtics had a layup.
Oakley out there, set a screen. Bogues goes the other way now, gives it up to Oakley, gets it back inside. Davis hits the shoulder. This is the easy one. Rebound here. Loops it ahead to Kenny. Boston with numbers once again. It's Purvis, the trailer. No, can't get it over the front rim. Kenny Anderson tried to keep it alive. It's picked off ultimately by Christie. Christie to the basket for two. Christie is keeping the Raptors in the game right now. He's got 14 as we go under 4 minutes to play in the third. Boston the ball in a 10-point lead. Oakley out there on Antoine. Purvis comes high. Looking to get rid of it. Does to Anderson. Purvis along the baseline. He's going to have to take it. And he got it.
Purvis used to be able to shoot the ball. I think he still can.
Well, he's got 4 points here, which is now has raised his average to over a point a year.
Well, they're wasting a lot of time here trying to set up that half-court offense.
Hopefully, with 4 on the shot clock, and they eventually get like an 18-footer out of Muggsy Bogues. Nice offensive rebound by Davis. And in traffic, he is able to draw a foul. Tonight's Boston Celtics game on Fox Sports Net is being brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places and do things you never thought possible. Fly Southwest Airlines. Wayne Turner back into the game. Kenny Anderson sits down. 3:07 left to play here in the third. The Celtics, of course, missing Dana Barros here tonight. Again, we send out our condolences and our sympathies to Dana's family. His grandmother passed away last night, and Dana flew home this morning. I'm not sure when Dana exactly will rejoin the team. But until he does, Wayne Turner's going to see a lot of minutes.
Yeah, and they want to make sure he has a little confidence. He was a little ragged there in the first half, and he showed his rookiness in trying to dribble by Muggsy Bogues.
His rookiness. I like
his
that.
Rookiness.
I like that. That's a good word. Rookiness is a good word.
That's it. Get it off. Get it back to Antoine.
Pierce over the top. Nice pass underneath. Banked in by Antoine.
Oh, they found that matchup of McGrady on Antoine all night long, folks.
It was Pierce in the first half. It's Antoine here in the second. He's got 11 of his 17. And he's talking a blue streak to Tracy McGrady. Okay, the Raptors stand around a lot in half court, don't they? There's another lengthy three from Carter. Rebound over the top of Bogues by Walker. The up quick comes to Pierce. Hall. Back rims the jumper. Rebound to Curry. Here's Carter. Double team. Sees his way clear. Lets to lay it down. And a late blocking call by Bennett Salvatore. And we're going to get ourselves a timeout. Paul Pierce to foul his third. We'll be back.
What's your favorite pastime? Could it be getting a great deal? Well, McDonald's steps up to the plate with hot, juicy hamburgers for just 39 cents every Wednesday and 49-cent cheeseburgers every Sunday. And our new Mickey D's Dollar Deals every day.
What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
The Maglite flashlight. Brighter, tougher, made in America. Maglite, the perfect gift to brighten the holidays. Maglite.
He's gone! Goodbye!
The run for the title is on.
See you later! Touchdown!
It's college football season, and we've got your Pac-10 excitement.
Touchdown!
Right here.
Oh, my goodness! Good night!
We're back. Celtics got a 12-point lead here with 2:05. Make it 2:06 to go in the third. And Celtics tip-off 99's about to come your way. The Celtics take on the Washington Wizards in their home opener tomorrow night. Halftime will feature a special tribute to Red Auerbach for his 50 years with the team. Now, tickets start at just $10. Call now, 931-2222, or go online to Ticketmaster.com.
Well, Antoine Walker now ends up with the mismatch. Tracy McGrady, the two-guard, about the same size, but Antoine knows how to operate down inside, and that's a matchup that when it happens, they ought to be looking. And Antoine is really playing a heck of a game tonight.
He sure is. Let Paul Pierce do his thing in the first half. As Toronto has adjusted a little bit to Paul in the second half, and Antoine has taken over. Celtics led by 9 at the end of 1, 8 at the half. They've upped it to 12 here. Carter with his 10th point.
Well, he got a gift there, I'll tell you. Because there was no foul, and he could have been called for a hook as he tried to get around somebody. He had that arm out there. And
1 of 2 at the line. Purvis able to come away with it.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Real careful with Bogues around. Just real careful.
Bogues thinks he owns him now.
Purvis just behind Antoine. Otherwise, Antoine had an open lane to the basket. Antoine trying to take Davis. And they got a blocking foul on Davis. And now Antoine and McGrady chatting a little bit in the lane.
Third personal foul of the game. That's the team's fifth. We're now in the penalty situation.
Well, that's the time for Antoine to make the move. He draws the big man, Antonio Davis, on him. That's the time when the man is crowding you on the outside, and here's a little talking in your ear. He's on the Erie.
That was very funny. That was funny, because Antoine was smiling on the other side of that picture the whole time, and now McGrady continues to talk to him. Antoine not as pleased with the chatter at the moment. Antoine makes the second. Antoine had a terrific preseason shooting free throws, 80%. The lead's a dozen. They back off Bogues. Cheney trying to stay with Curry. Bogues will have to take it, and he makes it. Antoine at half court again. Toronto looking to do a little trapping there. They haven't been very successful. Pierce bluffs the three. 12 in the shot clock. Antoine has it slapped away by Antonio Davis.
Well, they threw a double on him as Antonio was out on the perimeter, and they didn't want Antonio embarrassed again.
Davis and Walker having some words now. Bogues trying to come up underneath Walker. Antoine spins into the lane, has it blocked by McGrady, and the jump ball is called.
There's no fear in Antoine going to the hoop.
Rick Pitino's going to get Kenny Anderson back into the game, and Wayne Turner will sit down. And that, again, brings some boos from the crowd. A good crowd has turned out here tonight. Pretty close to full. And that's green ball, says Tommy Wood at half court. It's green ball. So the Celtics get it with a fresh clock, 1:02 to play here in the third, the ball and a 10-point lead. Antoine has gone to the bench. Walter McCarty has checked in.
Boy, and they want Kenny Anderson to be running with the second unit so the ball gets distributed a little bit.
Pierce pops out. Pierce into the paint, kicks it. Walter has been hot. Still is.
Oh, Walter! Sing me a song, Walter!
14. For McCarty off the bench.
The Music Man!
At least, that might be 4 threes for Walter tonight. I have to check that. I know he's got at least 3. Curry can't answer. Rebound. Nice play by Purvis. He couldn't control it, so he tipped it. Anderson on the break. Bogues chasing. Anderson throws it up and in.
Keep the heat on him. Advance the ball. Good move to give Kenny Anderson a little breather and then put him back in with this unit.
6 points for Kenny, about a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They get it to McGrady coming around the screen. McGrady inside. And Carter tries to throw it up off the glass. If they've got Pierce, that's going to be his 4th. And they do.
No, it's on Kenny.
It's on Kenny. That's a good trade. I'll take that. 3rd on Kenny.
Here comes Kenny Anderson right now as they're all out on the wing, and they forget about Kenny and allows him to attack the hoop. As Muggsy Bogues never got right back into the play, and he was trying like heck to get the ball from behind on Kenny. Kenny wouldn't let him smell it.
Celtics will have just about 13 seconds to get a shot here. Service comes down with the Carter miss. Carter just 2 of his last 4 at the line. Anderson trying to get through the trap, gets it up the sidelines. Walter's going to shoot if Kenny does instead. Oh! But the Celtics extend their halftime lead. Kenny Anderson, Walter McCarty, Antoine Walker, Paul Pierce. You pick them. They're all playing well right now. And it shows on the scoreboard, 79-65.
The wonder of it all. Take a chance, make it happen. Pop the cork, finger snapping. Spin the wheel, round and round we go. Life is good, life is sweet. Grab yourself a front row seat. Let's meet and have a ball. Let's live. Yeah, let's live for the wonder of it all. Meet me at Foxwoods. Foxwoods.
We know advanced technology doesn't have to be complicated. That every product must be meaningful. And the end result will make you smile. Open up to Samsung Digital. Samsung Digital. Everyone's invited.
In recent government crash tests, no other SUV outperformed the Nissan Pathfinder in driver front impact collisions, passenger front impact collisions, driver side or passenger side impact collisions. You might say it's like being taken off the endangered species list.
Just a bit of magic. Oh, you gotta see it. Slightly unexpected. Perfectly perfected. Ahead of your head, I said. Our stuff is what dreams are made of. Time to bring it on home.
Mini DV, made possible by Panasonic. Just slightly ahead of our time.
Oh, just a bit of magic.
This is Fox Sports Net.
We are back. 12 minutes left here in Toronto. Boston's got a 14-point lead, and the captain's stepping up in the second half.
Boy, he's playing super. There's a little defense knocked away, and they lay it right out for him. Nice pass by Adrian Griffin, and Antoine now abusing two guards who've been trying to switch on a little play there, and he's been taking them down on the box. Then he goes outside, buries that three. And in he goes now and spins away from the triple team and easily over the top for that one. So Antoine playing a superb game tonight.
18.7 rebounds for Antoine in the game. The Celtics have Kenny Anderson, Walter McCarty, Purvis Ellison, Calbert Chaney, and who am I missing? Adrian Griffin out there. Walter. Oh, Walter!
Walter is the man!
17 points for Walter McCarty tonight.
Well, you got to just talk and talk and talk about the assistant coach, Andy Enfield, who really worked with Walter on his release of the ball.
5 threes for Walter in the game tonight. Pass picked off by McCarty. Walter waiting for a little help. Some boos coming down from the Toronto crowd. It's unbelievable reading the Toronto papers up here the last day or so, just talking and talking about how they were going to make the playoffs, deep into the playoffs. Playoffs guaranteed by Vince Carter. As we take a look at the numbers after three quarters, Celtics continue to shoot better than 50%, 54, 8 of 11 shooting the three, and now they're 9 of 12.
Well, when you're shooting that well from the outside and you're getting layups to boot, your shooting percentage is going to go up. But if you rely the whole game on threes, you're in trouble.
Willis and Kenny Anderson reaching in on the double team. Kenny's got to be a bit careful. That's his 4th personal foul. Going to get Wayne Turner up off the Boston bench.
Number 5, Wayne Turner, replacing Anderson.
Kenny sits down with Boston up by 17 at 82-65. McGrady looking to get it in and does the Bows. Screen outside by Christie, who gets it back. Christie's been consistent tonight. There's McGrady with a loud dunk.
Purvis was out fronting his low post man and was no help on that one. As soon as that lone defender was beat, McGrady was powering it up.
11 for McGrady. Whistle off the ball. And foul, I think, is on Wolf. Vitale's going to come back into the game for the Celts, and Purvis will sit down. Purvis played well.
And take a look right here as Purvis is fronting the man, and he has no help, and the weak side really didn't have much of a chance to get out the play.
The Topico is called for the blocking foul, and that's going to be 5 on Vitale. And Purvis's stay on the bench is a brief one.
He's replaced by number 29, Purvis Allison.
This game is bogged down a bit here with 10:20 to go. The Raptors would like to make this game as long as possible and try to get back in it. Trailing by 15 here. Curry. He'll get you back in the game in a moment. Misses that one, though, and over the top it goes.
Yeah, but two men went racing at him, and if that had stayed in bounds, they were in perfect position for a putback.
The double team on Griffin goes to Purvis. They swing it to Cheney. Calvert wasn't ready for the catch.
Yeah. Calvert has got to get his offense going.
And Brady just lost the handle, it looked, but Mike Callahan says one of the Celtics cuts. We're going to get a timeout. 9:51 to go in the game. 82-67 Boston.
This is power. Unstoppable power. The power in new Duracell Ultra, the most powerful alkaline battery in the world. The power for more pictures, faster flashes, more sound, and ultra performance in whatever it powers. New Duracell Ultra. More power, more life.
Can't sleep.
Listen.
Rain?
Not just any rain. It's our rain. On our roof.
Each year, millions of people spend their first night in a home of their own.
Think it'll rain all night?
I hope so.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
We are back, 9:51 to go. Time now for the Citizens Bank. Not your typical fans of the game. One of the Raptor faithful has a great seat at courtside.
Great city, Toronto.
Yeah, it really is a lovely city.
You been here before?
Just a couple years ago. Yeah. Walked around a lot that particular day. Didn't have the chance to today because it was just very foul weather here all day long. Very windy and rainy all day. It still was when he came in the building tonight. Willis picked up that foul, his second. Understand the weather's not all that nice in Boston. On the baseline, Cheney takes it in the paint. The floater is an air ball picked off in there by Griffin. Squeezes it up and in.
Fakes one way, goes up and under, uses the basket to pick off the defender. Smart.
Smart. Adrian's got a dozen. Turning off there defensively on both. This building has just been so quiet. Celtics just took Toronto out of this game early. McGrady goes in low to Willis. A little half up the Willis's won't go. Rebound tip controlled by Cheney. Walter McCarty in close. Kicks it back out to Turner. Top of the key, Cheney. Adrian kicks it out. They swing it. Walters had the hot hand. Goes instead to Turner. Wayne's jumper. No. Rebound. And Griffin couldn't get the handle. Looked like he had a clear path to the basket. Kind of through his hands up to the basketball. Christie leans in, thought he was going to get a call, didn't. Another rebound for Cheney. Up the sidelines it comes to Walter. Skip pass to Griffin. Adrian goes inside. Purvis in the lane. Short. Tipped out of bounds, and it's going to come back to Toronto.
But I like the way Adrian goes after the shots. He's going to be a fine offensive rebounder. He doesn't allow himself to get blocked out. You're going to come up with a lot of easy baskets this season because of his tenaciousness.
Little crossover move, gets it to McGrady, partially blocked. Purvis got a hand on it. Here comes Turner the other way. Wayne attacked from behind by McGrady, and I think McGrady's going to pick up the foul. Yes, he is.
You saw Turner that time. He didn't quite know what to do other than motor it up the floor, and he was fearful of Bogues trying to strip him, and then the man came up from behind. Let's take a look at Adrian Griffin on this fine play as he comes up with the offensive rebound and fakes one way and goes the other way.
Griffin around the screen, out. Walter's going to take it again.
Oh, Walter! You are the man. Strum that guitar.
6 threes for Walter McCarty tonight.
Went on a cruise with Walter down to Bermuda and playing the piano and guitar playing and strum that guitar right now, and he's humming.
Larry Bird and D. Brown both have had 7 3-point games for the Celtics, and then D had an 8 threes game when he was with the Celtics. 6 for Walter. Pierce has come back in. Double team on Carter. Boy, Carter's been seeing a double every time, and now they call an illegal defense against Boston. That's the second. First one was called in the first minute of the game. First 20-point lead for the Celtics, 87-67, 7.5 to play. Looking up and seeing the first of the Toronto faithful leaving the building. I guess they wouldn't be the faithful if they're leaving the building.
Well, I'm sure they were tempted to come and see this game tonight, strictly based on the fact that they finished so well last year and they added some veteran players. Carter just, oh, give me a break. The man was like a bull in a china closet, knocking people down to get the shot off, and they'll put him on the line and bail him out.
They give that one to Purvis Ellison, his second. Antoine's going to come back in the game. Carter at the line for 2. It's a particularly good night for Butch Carter's best player. Adrian Griffin comes out. Well, it's been a great night for Adrian. Sits down with a dozen. Right in between Jim O'Brien and Rick Pitino. He should. Good feet.
The game is here for the next 4 minutes. Come up with some good ones.
Souths get it to Pierce. Pierce in the paint, and Hall's going to get himself to the free throw line. Vince Carter picks up that foul. That would be his third.
That's his third foul. The game, team's third as well. Number 3.
This year, Fox Sports Net is your source for all Celtic games. Total Celtic coverage, along with every Celtic final, home and away. Fox Sports Net will be there. The Celtics on Fox Sports Net. Every game, one station. Trying to keep it alive, couldn't. But Vince Carter was just walking up the floor. I mean, it's like he's out for a leisurely stroll. Curry measures, misses, rebound tipped underneath Willis in the right spot. No, Purvis made him change it, and Purvis gives the foul.
Well, guys, right now, it's given one shot. Get the rebound.
We're going to get a timeout. 6:51 to go in the game. Kenny Anderson will check in when we get back. Celtics have an 87-69 lead.
This summer is probably actually the hardest I probably ever worked in my career. My shoulders is a lot bigger than they are this year. I've been running a lot on the beaches in California. I'm a great pool player now. Me and my roommate, we play pool all the time. I beat him up all the time. I'm always a great tennis player. I'll be probably a professional tennis player. I'll probably end up being an FBI officer, too.
In most mattress stores, the salespeople pounce on you with too hard of a sell. While at department and most furniture stores, it's too soft. There's no one there to give you information. It's unbearable. At Jordan's Furniture, our sleep techs are just right and are there for you with underprices on the best spring air mattresses every day. So you'll sleep happily ever after. Porridge, anybody?
This is Fox Sports Net.
We're back, 6:51 to go in this one, and if you're looking to plan a birthday party or company outing, make it a memorable event. Take your group to a Celtics game. The Celtics sales staff will custom design a plan with special benefits for your group of 20 or more. Be sure to ask about bonus value games, too. Call the Celtics sales office at 617-523-3030.
Well, the game is in the next 3 minutes, Mike. The Celtics can hold even right here.
As good as Carter is, he couldn't go up and get that. Potopico in traffic comes down with the rebound. Pierce takes it inside, takes it right to Carter, dribbles through, kicks it out. Antoine bluffs the three, takes the two, and drains it.
Good play by Antoine. It was. And Paul Pierce, too, to create it.
Antoine a year ago jacks up a three there.
Yep.
Christie looks to answer. In and out. Another rebound at Potopico. Gets it quickly to Anderson.
Boy, keep the pressure up. Keep the pressure on.
Kenny. No. Rebound taken down by Willis.
Pierce was flashing in there. Almost got a hand on it.
It comes to Christie. Pierce finds him. Christie, little crossover move down the baseline. Shut off by the Celtics defense nicely. Kicks it out. Oakley will have to take it. And 6 points for Oakley. All of them coming in the second half. Celtic lead is 18. We've got about 5.5 to go. Inside to Pierce. Christie's got it. Pierce takes it right to the basket. Soft shot wouldn't go down. And Willis is there.
What a great move.
Oakley again, same spot, same result. No, says the official.
Count the basket, Charles Oakley.
Can they count the basket? Yes, they are.
Loose ball foul on the Raptors, number 42, Kevin Willis' third foul.
8 points, but a foul is called on Willis.
Now here's Antoine. Good up fake there and left Oakley in the dust and just soft little 18-footer.
16-point game. 5 and change to go. Celtics have their starting lineup on the floor. Inside it goes to Antoine. Skips the pass. Wide open. Adrian Griffin. Yes.
He can do that on a consistent basis. You saw him play at Seton Hall more than I did. What a player he's going to be. 14-footer.
Neely came up with a steal there on Willis. Made him give up the dribble. 14 points for Griffin in his debut as a South. Williams outside knocks down the jumper. 6 points to Alvin Williams, but matching baskets is not going to do it for Toronto here. They're going to stop Boston. Griffin came through the baseline looking for the ball. He's got Christie on it. Pierce held it for a long time. As it slapped away, Alvin Williams came up with the steal and the basket.
I got to move the ball, guys. You can't just Pierce that time decide he's going to make a move. Move the ball. Move yourself. That's how you get open.
Griffin lays it down to Pierce.
And that's exactly what I was saying. Attack the basket, and you'll find open people right now as they're going to gamble on defense.
26 for Paul Pierce on the night. Under 4 minutes now to go in the game. Christie on a cut, and Antoine is called for the foul.
Well, Antoine got right in there and made a move over the top. That's his first foul.
Number 13, Christie is line.
That's not for lack of effort either. He's played very well.
Yes, he has. He's been in there and made a couple of steals.
Number 33, Antonio Davis re-enters the game for Toronto.
Davis in and Willis out with 3:48 to go. Christie, the leading scorer in the game for the Raptors. He's got 15. Pierce has got 26. Walker has 20. McCarty has 20. And Griffin has 14. Tipped out of bounds, and they say it's Toronto ball. 93-78.
A minute and a half we need here.
Call Adrian Griffin with the grab on Christie, and there's going to be 4 on Adrian Griffin, and allows Toronto to score here with the clock off. For an in-depth look at the Boston Celtics, check out Celtics Central every Saturday morning at 10:30. Host Eric Freed keeps you up to date with insightful features, player interviews, and the latest in Celtics news. That's right here on Fox Sports Net, the television home of the Boston Celtics. Christie, a good free throw shooter, misses. Keeps the dribble alive, back out to Pierce. Pierce taking it to the basket, lays it down to Patomaco.
Great play there by Paul Pierce.
Christie coming around the screen. No, rebound taken down by Antoine. Lets the dust clear. Gets it across half court, and we're about to go. Under 3 minutes on this possession. Boston leading by 16. Nice way to start the year, T.
Yes, certainly is. And this has really been a well-played, well-coached game. Has all concern about the rhythm. Was kind of answered by the substitution pattern tonight, unlike the preseason game, where he was substituting in mass and filtered the people in correctly, like I thought he would.
Antonio Davis bumped underneath. We're going to get a timeout. 2:41 left to go here at the Air Canada Center. Boston in control.
Circuit breaker. Check. Window heat. On. Takeoff warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radios, radar, and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's check.
Southwest Airlines is going to Florida with low fares to Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa Bay, and Jacksonville. Florida's never been closer.
Cool shades. On.
You get more for the money.
What's your favorite pastime? Could it be getting a great deal? Well, McDonald's steps up to the plate with hot, juicy hamburgers for just 39 cents every Wednesday and 49-cent cheeseburgers every Sunday. And our new Mickey D's Dollar Deals every day.
last year, Toronto came in and shocked the Celtics in their home opener at the Fleet Center, and Boston returning the favor here tonight. Up 16 with 2:40 left to play in the fourth. Time for a Dunkin' Donuts dunk of the game. Paul Pierce has done a lot tonight, including this flush right here. 26 unofficially for Paul. 20 for both Walker and McCarty. Vitale has fouled out with 2 points and 6 rebounds.
I tell you, everybody in this ball club tonight, Mike, has given a real solid contribution. And that's the belief of Rick Pitino. If everybody plays up to their potential, you're in business. And everybody fulfilled their role. They moved the ball. They played together beautifully as a team.
I really believe the feeling on this club is you may have a better 5 than us, but we don't think you got a better 10 or 11 than us. And we're going to make you play 10 or 11 when you play. Antoine has it knocked away, taking it to the basket. Oakley didn't like the call, and Tommy Rich stares at it.
Well, he banged them 3 times before they blew the whistle.
34, Charles Oakley. That's his second foul in the game.
2 on Oakley. Antoine is smiling at Oakley.
Number 8, Antoine Walker.
2 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in this one. Boston's lead is 14. You want to show Antoine the tape of this game. Watch this on the way home. It really shows you that you just let the game come to you. When the night's over, you're going to have the points you want.
Well, Mike, I'm just going to make one statement to you. I think a lot of people were, mistaken when they talked about Antoine. I think Antoine, and I keep saying, is a very competitive guy, and he thought the best way to win at that particular point, because he was disorganized, was for him to try and carry the team on his shoulders. Now, they have convinced him otherwise, and he's reacting to it, and he's a very important cog in what's happening out there tonight, and will be for the entire part of his career. I
remember you told me that Kuz used to throw passes where he thought you should be as opposed to where you were.
He throw the ball over your head to get you to run and then yell at you like you do it on purpose.
Charles Oakley's throwing 2 passes here in the fourth quarter to Vince Carter. Vince has to be playing a lot harder than Vince is at the moment to get to. Antoine, nice little lay down. They're looking for Batiste. Slapped out of bounds. It'll still be Boston ball. 6 on the shot clock. 1:47 to go in a 16-point game.
And, there have been stars in this game. Paul Pierce was just sensational offensively. Walter McCarty. Yep.
As great a game as Pierce has as he puts in his 27 to 28
Walter
points.
Has been sensational. Griffin, Antoine, Kenny Anderson has really fulfilled his role.
Solid. Real solid. Ellison, nice minutes off the bench.
Going back to the rhythm of the game, and we were concerned about by filtering in the players like he did tonight, everybody got a chance to get a little warmed up as other players were still in the ball game. And the pace of the game and the rhythm of the game was not disjointed as it had been during the preseason games. And I think Rick Pitino knew that all along. He just wanted to look at combinations. Well, if there's any question about whether Pierce should have been Rookie of the Year or not. Whoa!
Batiste follow Walker. Now that got 3 guys on the Celtic bench up. That shot by Walker. Christie answers on the other end. 18 for Christie, who's the Raptor leading scorer. So it's back to the drawing board, at least for the moment, for the Toronto Raptors. Albert Williams comes out and just grabs Kenny Anderson half court with 48 seconds to go. I'm not sure his coach wanted him to do that. But it'll give the Celtics a chance to get over the 100 mark. There's the shot by Antoine that was all but in. And you can see the bench come up.
Yeah, and Petit almost put it back in on the cleanup. I
solid night, as I said, for Kenny Anderson.
Yeah, I think this team is going to be a lot of fun to watch. And as much as people were ragging on Antoine Walker the last couple of years, I think they're going to be saying, wow, what a contribution he's made.
A little push is called on Kenny Anderson there with 42 seconds to go in the game. That will be 5 on Kenny. And be sure to join us tomorrow night. We will be back with you for the home opener from the Fleet Center, a special halftime. Tom Heinz will be hosting that as the Celtics pay tribute to Red Auerbach and his 50 years with the Celtics. It all begins at 6:30 tomorrow night. Eric Freed will be by along with Willie May. Tom and I will join them. Paul Pierce will be there. The Celtics will walk out onto the Fleet Center floor 1-0 on the young season.
Oh, please, guys. Please. Be smart here.
He leaves the team with his 6th personal foul.
That's the 6th foul on Adrian Griffin, and AG in his first start as a Boston Celtic makes it a memorable one. He goes to the bench with 14 points and just a solid effort. 3 rebounds. He had 3 assists at the half. Had a couple of steals.
You know, and him starting with that experienced group, and he adds this real solid type of play, you know, fundamental type of play. It really makes that first unit terrific because you got 2 scorers. You don't need 5 guys to score. You need 5 guys that balance each other off in different ways. And Griffin will give you an extra passer. He will give you a defender. He will give you a rebounder. And he's not that tall. But all those things he adds into the mix that I don't think they get from anybody else. You know, that they might be considering starting. Like people talked about Eric Williams starting. And Eric didn't even get in the game tonight. Why, I don't know.
There are the numbers on Paul Pierce as he looks for 30. Just a terrific night in his head-to-head battle with Vince Carter. And you would say Pierce by a TKO in his first matchup this year. And you see Paul Pierce applauding Antoine Walker as he goes to the bench. Solid night for the captain, 22 unofficially. There's the 30th point of the night for Paul Pierce.
Just don't foul him and make him.
John Thomas misses a jump shot. Rebound tipped. Christie controls it. Lays it down to Thomas again. And Thomas, once with the Celtics, gets 2. John's going to be a free agent at the end of this year. Whether he will stay here, they've already committed a lot of money to Michael Stewart, who didn't play last year.
Yeah, that's Rick Pitino really wanted Michael Stewart last year, and he more or less thumbed his nose at Rick Pitino and came up here because he thought he was going to play. And he never really played last year as they got Kevin Willis.
Christie knocks it away with 3 seconds to go. Comes into Kenny Anderson. Kenny's going to hold the basketball. And Boston with an impressive road win here tonight. The Celtics open up the 99-2000 season, and they do it in style as they come up here against the Toronto Raptor team that a lot of people, if you read the national forecast for how this Raptor team was going to do this year, and they may well turn out to be a playoff team. They were picked as high as 3rd, I saw, in their division a couple of times. But tonight, the Celtics came up here and just gave them a thorough spanking, leading by 9 at the end of 1, 8 at the half, 14 at the end of 3, and win it by 13. 103-90 here tonight. The Celtics are 1-0 on the season. We are back here for a final time at the Air Canada Arena in Toronto. An impressive win by the Celtics here tonight as they beat Toronto by 13. And really, I think you and I were both nervous here throughout this game, hoping Boston can hold on. But as you look back on it, Toronto a couple of times maybe got to 4, but never really made a serious run on this team.
No, and I think Boston played beautiful basketball. They controlled the game. They picked up the pace. We heard Rick Pitino saying, pace, let's make sure the pace is where we want it. Yeah. They did that. Everybody came off the bench, and almost made an immediate impact on the game, something that was taking some time to do during the preseason games. Now, the more this team plays and everybody understands what their role will be with this ball club, the better this team is going to be. And right now, they're pretty good.
All right, let's take a look at our forward drive of the game. Adrian Griffin, a great effort in just his first game as a Celtic.
Well, there's no question about it. And just utter surprise as he goes and powers the ball over a big man. And I'm sure nobody thought he'd be able to do stuff like that. But this guy is an unusual player. We keep saying it. You're going to fall in love with him, folks.
And your Citizens Bank, not your typical plays of the game, the guy that Tom fell in love with last year, Walter. How about?
I love Walter. You got to love Walter. He worked so hard this summer to get that stroke down. And, boy, it paid off here in the opener as he hit, what, six
3-point field goals. Okay. 6 for 6. He didn't miss one.
He didn't miss one. That's my man.
Well, just a great effort by Walter off the bench. He's up here about 5 feet away from us now, all smiles as he's going on a local radio show. But just a solid effort for Walter McCarty here tonight. And again, you know, this team has to go into Boston now a very confident bunch as we look at the final stats. 52% shooting on the road, 10 of 13 shooting the threes. The rebound battle, they win 39-36. That's very impressive.
Yeah, it was. And I think Antoine, and they utilized all the centers. They all got in foul trouble. They all had a problem defending inside in the paint. But Antoine really husbanded his fouls, and he got on the boards and helped out in that department. That was good stuff.
Bring on the Wizards, right?
More Wizards.
All right, we will see the Wizards tomorrow night. We hope you can join us tomorrow night. We'll be back at the Fleet Center for the home opener. Tom will be hosting a special halftime with Red Auerbach. We'll have that for you here on Fox. It should be an excellent evening. Our next telecast, as I said, 6:30 tomorrow night, will be coming your way on Fox Sports Net when the Celtics take on the Washington Wizards in the home opener. Our coverage again beginning at 6:30. Up next is Fox Sports Net inside Winston Cup. So stick around for that. Final score once again here from Toronto, 103-90. The Celtics are 1-0 on the young season. Tonight's Boston Celtics basketball game on Fox Sports Net has been brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to go places. By Aztec Technology Partners. By Dunkin' Donuts. Nothing says morning like Dunkin' Donuts. By Foxwoods Resort Casino, located in southeastern Connecticut, the wonder of it all. By Gillette Mach 3, the first triple blade razor. By New England Ford, proud to support the Boston Celtics. And by Citizens Bank, not your typical bank.